Annyeong everybody. Sorry. I'm late. And I'm so sorry. Sekarang berisik banget karena lagi ada service AC di sini, guys. Sorry ya.
In the mid lane, Super Friends and
Daddy Brusko. Hai, halo semuanya. Halo. Halo, Riz, Pisay, Bila, Jazzy, Hazai, Brielle, Mikai, Sofia, Levi, Nai, Nata, Strawberry Shortcake, everyone.
Brusko
Daddy Brusko. Calm down, bro. You almost kissed him. He almost kissed Escalera, Chuck.
In the gold lane, Calra and Outplay.
Can you guys hear that? It's so loud in here, right? Because there is someone cleaning my air conditioner.
Coach Wynot
Yeah.
and Coach
Hati-hati Uko. Hati-hati apa? Loh, mana boncana? Ya, itu. Kenapa hati-hati? Ya, ramai ya yang nonton ya. When are you going to PH? Just wait, guys. Just wait.
Game time!
Now please just focusing and just focus and pray for Daddy Brusko,
Okay, you know what? I got
so he
goosebumps
can
just
go
by
to
watching our
the next
player
stage,
build, but
next
this
stage,
is
next
only
stage
the Philippines
until
again, the
finals,
former
guys.
champions, and you definitely
Amen.
need to watch out
Amen.
for them. They have found their form once again entering the playoffs, but there is definitely some sort of pressure now on their backs, considering that they
Yeah,
are indeed the
Fantastic
defending champions, but they're
let's
not
feel it,
necessarily part
guys.
of the
KPH.
upper bracket, so they'll have to get past
Ini PH
one
udah
of
mulai
the
playoff,
most
guys.
unexpected one of the most
Terus kangen Iping,
unorthodox
sudah
teams
kita lupakan
to
saja
introduce
Iping.
themselves yet this season, and that's gonna be Twisted Minds. But of course, this is a
Ya, ini
super
udah mulai
family, so for
play
sure,
off
we have
ini.
a lot of trust in their capabilities to do just that.
Halo Aisyah
100%. I feel like Onyx is
Pujarianti.
still the team to beat,
Selamat
despite not having the
menonton.
upper bracket slot, just because of how they perform.
Prince ganteng
in
banget ya.
game.
Ganteng
I
pacar
think
gue
this
lah.
third seed that we saw basically was from like a really rock
Terus gue
start.
tuh baru
That they
pulang.
had a rough time,
Bener-bener
and
gue baru
everyone
nyampe rumah
including
itu
Twisted
jam
Minds,
2
really elevated
kurang.
in the season,
Terus gue langsung
resulted from
ngibrit
becoming
ke
one of the
atas
most unexpected
dan langsung
seasons
set up semuanya.
so far in so many years
Ya begini
of
lah,
MPL
hasilnya, guys.
Philippines. This lineup
Jadi buru-buru,
is
tau
composed
nggak?
of a lot of former Black international players.
Okay,
who,
they are
like we
still not
mentioned
playing right
earlier,
now, right? So let's just talk first until the draft pick. Udah tenang di dalam baka dia. Siapa? Iping. Come on Dedi, back to back. Amin amin, semoga back to back champion ya si Dedi Brusko guys. Makin cantik aja nih kayu. Terima kasih. Jangan gitu, aku malu. Halo Bisay, makin cantik. Halo Lian Lupera. Let's see the head to head. I wanna see the head to head guys.
Like, I'd say, of course, not just the game win rates and all that, but their ability to
Daddy,
just
where is the
establish a
Brusko?
solid execution of the early stages of the game. Because I fear that they really want to go for the team fights every now and then.
Only team head to
But when
head.
they are unable to do that, I don't get to see the trades either. Like, it's almost
Ah, I
always
see, I
the
see.
need to convert. But even
Hello
that,
Friska
it feels
Claudia.
like a big task for Twisted Minds, and I hope that they're able to
Hi Mami,
overcome
did you
that heading
remember
into
me?
this first
Hello
matchup.
Shiny
In fairness, Twisted Minds, they
Shaniam
do kind
Herja
of do what
Minoza.
other teams do, including Onyx. They kind of do that early game.
Hi
very
Pretty
impressive
Ayu.
rotation,
Hello
And then
Ayen.
we go into a transition where they sometimes
Iya nanti aku ada
kind
vlog.
of just lack of
Tenang
a plan
saja
in
guys.
the mid game to late game. But
Ini
then
gimana
again, they
sih
do find
konsepnya
those
adalah
moments
udah ada
that is
mikrofon
why
di sini
they are
masih pakai
our
mikrofonnya.
16th slot. Welcome back, ladies and
Kalau
gents.
masuk final
We
PH
have
nggak
Jabbar
kak?
here.
PH
He's
PH.
also going to be joining us for the draft. So that's something that we are very looking forward
Udah
to.
mas. Ya, kasih
See
ya.
how well you probably still know the meta and how well, you might be able to predict some of these surprises that might come our way today.
You know what? Honestly, I feel like in the past few days, we've been seeing. Would you agree with me that we've been seeing a lot of surprise picks, especially in MPL ID? Like just recently, there's been, I mentioned it earlier, there's been a Paquito. I can't recall in which exact tournament was it, but I could also recall a Uranus maybe,
Let's
and
go.
that immediately reminded
Hello
me
Abigail
of this
Baflor.
guy.
Yeah, you're OG.
Hello Boris Moirang Tam. Kyle, you're so pretty. Thank you so much Sakila. I'm sure that you are also pretty. Did you remember me? I always comment my favorite couple. I'm going to be honest, Saniam Herja. I cannot.
What are
I
your
can't
thoughts
remember you.
about, the
Hello,
other
Fauzi,
XP
Fauzi.
raters nowadays? Like, would you think there would still be the Lucas in the EXP? Because I feel like we don't get to see that much anymore, right?
I think XP laner meta right now is so instant.
Hello, Jemusu Pogi.
Because you can
You are so pogi.
XP
Miss
laner
you, are you coming to PH to watch Onyx versus the LPH Grand Finals? What? You are so sure about that? Why are you so sure that the Grand Finals will be Onyx PH against the LPH? But I hope so. Whoever the rivals is, I hope Onyx PH goes to the finals and get that champion again. Back to back MPLPH champion. Amen. Amen. Hey, shout out me. Hello, Regi Oronan. Ayo, did you remember me? John Buenanobra. I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't remember. You? Sorry. I am really bad at remembering names, guys. So, I sincerely apologize if I can't remember your name. Sorry, I'm from the future. Oh wow, backyard bro. So if you are from the future, who is the MVP for the first match? Pepe. Oh iya, Levi. Ya Allah, Levi nggak kelihatan tahu nggak sih Pepe-nya? Tapi Pepe-nya cewek cantik banget itu. She's so beautiful, cantik banget. Itu siapa Levi? Pepe mana? Jadi biar unik gak sih Kak? Biar satu jersey itu nggak ngaruh guys. Mau satu jersey mau tidak, tapi cinta kita sama. Gak masalah kali. Pacaran beda tim itu wajar guys, wajar you know. Oh, it's not Regi, it's Regi. Regi? How to pronounce it? Ayo iblis apaan? Oh iya gue lupa deh, gue harusnya ngasih tahu kalian ya iblis ya. Nanti aja deh pantengin aja sosmed aku ya, pantengin terus story aku, story. Are you going to Philippines on June 1? I don't know, guys. Just wait, okay? Well, I come from future also and know what you will become my future wife. No way, John. I'm not your future wife. I think you are mistaken. No, there is no way I'm your future wife because someone's already take my heart. No, you cannot be my future husband. I'm joking, of course. King Kong would be the MVP. Second match would be Brusko and third Kara. Okay, backyard bros. We'll see. We'll see. Who is the MVP in the first match? So you mean that it's 3-0 and Onyx PH will win this match at this game? Yeah, but I hope so. Tips LDR pacaran versi kayu. Pertama satu frekuensi guys. Karena kalau lo gak satu frekuensi susah, komunikasinya susah. Terus kedua lo harus mengerti pekerjaan masing-masing. Jadi ya itu bakal less drama you know. Yang ketiga budget ya. Kalian harus punya modal tau gak? Buat nyamperin, buat disamperin. Terus kalau nyamperin tuh belum harus beli oleh-oleh. Pokoknya gitu deh. Budget guys, budget. Did you remember me? Ayo, guys. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. A draft pick now? If only PH versus RRQ in MSU future, what team would you support? Guys, you still asking me that kind of question? Isn't it? Okay, it's starting, guys. Oh my god.
And you can know the first.
And for this one, we'll have some backup. Oh, Renmar, right there from the English. Yes, Renmar, do you hear?
Kayu kayaknya jadi content creator storytelling seru deh, enak banget suaranya denger. Oke. Mungkin aku bisa mencoba menjadi content creator storytelling. Make a vlog with Brusko and stay strong at the end. Thank you, Mike Mikai. Just to like your live stream. What do you mean, Mike Call? Oh, they take Kalia. No. But
Yeah.
it can be XP laner or
Twisted Minds. Now, Delar, you did mention earlier that in the red side, you already
datang ke
get
nikahan
to
Diva nggak Kayu?
actually
Oh, of course
or
I
think
am.
ahead because you already
Oh,
know
so
the person
stupid,
who
so
will
stupid.
the
I am so stupid. You
possibilities
cannot
that
see
might be
anything
joining us here.
because
Maybe Granger.
it's only my face, bro.
Fredrin, something like that. Or maybe.
If PH and ID will get to war, who are you gonna support? Not Brusko is one of the frontliner soldier.
Okay, never mind. They're still going for the joy and the Badang. That's
Bro.
the thing, and that's what you did mention earlier. So that's
I don't know. Don't ask me that kind of question, okay?
There's still a Hayabusa. Would they want to consider that, or do you really think that MP
Oh,
is just
who will take the Badang role?
series?
Is it Brusko or is it Kirk?
They need Granger. Granger on that.
How about you,
Wait.
Ron?
Oh, I like what the Delar went on. I believe he mentioned Granger. Some range would be really good for their lineup.
Oh my
Unless
god,
they're
I
gonna
want to
for
go
a
to pee,
very
guys. I want to
all-in
pee.
kinda style. If they want mid laner
Sering
that
banget
isn't so susceptible
bakal
to being
dibaca
left
komennya.
alone. You mentioned the
Ih, aku
Hayabusa.
deg-degan
It would
kalau
be
nonton
great
Onyx
if they
PH
could pick
sama
their,
RRQ.
jungler
Aku
now
juga,
as
guys,
an
kalau
assassin,
itu.
so that High GC is safer in the
Ayo
center.
nggak ke PH? Kamu lihat aku di sini. Berarti aku belum ke PH dong. Oh, fuck. They take Kimi, guys.
They won't be revealing their
And
jungler
also,
just yet.
Pavis.
My goodness, what is one chan
It's
cooking
okay to
this
watch your
time?
face because it's beautiful. No,
It's
bro.
also a good pick because
You need to
can
watch
pick Kimi, right? You
this
can get
match.
in the
It's a
mid
big
lane and
match.
front lane, so Onyx they didn't know what's their
FC Kayu, yeah.
on
Sorry.
mid lane.
Have you seen Akimi in the jungle?
Right now, there's
I think, yeah, of course, Kalaya is on the
a lot of crowd control in this meta.
roamer side.
Want to put the Kimi
Poveos
on
XP.
Yeah.
As for Kim, I don't know. Is he going to be in the mid lane or
There you go.
in the
This is a
gold
very
lane?
aggressive mid laner
Zuxin!
by Super
Katurut
Friends, and now they
berduka cita
get to
buat
take away
ipingnya.
that
Terima
info that
kasih.
we
Thank you
did
so much,
mention
strawberry
earlier
shortcake.
outside Red Bar.
Yeah.
That would be a good first 3 picks from Onyx Philippines, so they can counter engage on Kalia's engage.
Yeah.
That this might be a Granger pick
Sorry, guys.
for Team Onyx. Or do you think there's something like a Bruno that could make it appear?
Honestly,
Ayo, mana kucing
what do you
bertopeng
think
macan?
of, like, there's still a chance of the
Where?
Ranger Sicilian 2, right?
Cat?
Yeah,
But that's only if
Bertopeng macan?
they're really putting the Kimi in the mid lane.
What?
yeah.
Mana kucing bertopeng
They
macan?
can
Apa itu?
also do that, but I think disadvantage
Can you share your secret on how to be pretty like like me? Treatments, guys. Do treatments. Do skincare routine.
For the gold lane, I wouldn't be surprised if they just
That's
default and play
my
it safe. They would
secret.
either go Moskov, considering that the Grangers
To
are
look
on
good.
now. They need
Okay.
that split presence, something
Udah
that-
mirip Brusko
because
tuh
if you look at the
sendawanya.
first versus Onyx, that team
Brusko
fights strong with any
ngerasukin
other
gue. Tadi gue
champion
kerasukan
besides- or,
Brusko.
excuse me, Roamer, EXP,
Brusko possessed me, so I go
then you
God,
have
like,
a gold lane that just plays off lane, split push, things like that. So they don't go Moskov, they might go something like
They
Onyx,
ban
leaning towards
Baksha and
yes,
also
I think I'm the first guy to come on.
Brethren.
I can no longer take that
Who
back.
will they take
But, like,
now?
I'm actually
Who
liking
will
the
you
idea of
take
a
now,
quad
Kirk?
because you would really need
Oh, it's a
each
Moskov.
unit to
Again and
penetrate
again
get
and
to
again and
Akimi.
again.
But at least the Moskov kind of serves the same purpose, right? Like the passive is there. So
Kayo kapan mabar
so
VIP
long as you
lagi?
just
Aduh
try
sayangku,
to
kalau mabar
get
VIP,
the right angles, first
kalah
instance
nanti kalian,
could
guys.
deal
Karena
damage
gue
towards back
udah
liners
jelek
and
banget
twisted
sekarang.
minds, and they're yet to reveal
You
who
imitate
their other
Brusko burping,
potential
yes.
damage dealer or
Brusko
backliner
possess me. Kayu cantik banget, makanya apa? Favorit food aku Indomie. Who do you think can compete with Kara in gold lane in Indonesia?
Push Onyx Philippines in the early game because the Onyx lineup is very scaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to wait for.
Wait.
Joy
Let
Isaac
me
and
think. Let
Moskov,
me
right?
think.
The Sweet Trinity
I forgot
coming
who.
up. Yeah.
So you're thinking
I
they
think
want to go
Toy-
very early, very
Oh
aggressive.
my
Kill
goodness.
Kara twice, right? In
I
ESL,
still think
no?
this is all about being early because
Solo
I feel
kill,
like the Link needs a
to be
couple
exact.
items before he's actually
So I
able
think
to
Toy is pretty
go in.
pretty strong.
Can play in
But other than Toy, maybe Eman.
something like that. And also
Yep.
Phobius, we know
Yeah,
that Phobius
I think
is
that's
really
it.
strong in turtle fight.
I don't know
Yeah.
about the other teams, guys, because I only watched like
Or anything to wrap
a little bit of
I'm hoping just
APL ID
the Pandalon
match.
Ridley is hoping for
One
another
team,
time,
one
but I
family.
think they
Oh,
might
so
something like a control.
solid
You
on
need something off of the
PH.
side of Onyx. They do have a lot of control. They might go tanky and maybe hold off with something like a Tigreal for Brusko, considering that
I want to see if there is any
the EXP lane. But yeah, they're
Brusko
playing with
family,
Flex
but I
right
don't
now.
think
They can
they
put
are
out the Roamer
there.
EXP, pick off crowd control.
Okay, I
It's
understand.
neither of
Understand.
that.
Maybe
They just go
Toy.
for
Yes,
the
maybe
kill
it's
instead,
Toy
so
and
they go for
Eman.
the jungle
Guys,
pressure
let's protect
with
them
the
at all
Hilda,
costs.
giving
Thank you so
Kirk
much,
the hero.
Mikai.
I see.
Hilda, okay, Badang.
Frontliner. So they
Badang.
like Hilda or maybe Hyde or something
What
like
is
that.
this?
But they-
Badang
Yeah, there's
Tang.
someone to at least stop and catch the Ling.
Okay,
right
okay,
now,
guys.
if
Okay,
ever
okay.
he
Are we
does
ready?
decide
Are
to
we
play
ready
all
for this?
aggressive.
Okay,
And
let's
the mobility
just
is there too, so
keep
they definitely
silent
have
and
rounded
pray
out
to
this
God
round
now.
pretty
Ayo
well.
kita berdoa sebelum memulai match ini, ya Allah. Semoga Daddy Brusko menang di game ini kalau bisa 3-0. Ya, amin. God, please let Daddy Brusko win. I want them to win 3-0 against Twisted Minds.
movement on the map,
Amen.
Get that early game.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll talk about that in a bit.
Let's
Thank you so much, Lord, for
go.
helping us out today.
Thank you so
It's a
much.
pleasure, man.
Kalau Onyx PH ke final, lu ke PH nggak?
In a few moments.
Lihat aja nanti ya, guys ya.
Looks really good. Let's throw it over to our
Are you ready to hear my scream, guys? Ah!
Thank you so much for bringing it on.
Udah siap mendengarkan teriakan aku, Shirley. Nice, nice, nice.
Within
Sis who fall in love first? Brusko or you? Me.
First game, our first match.
Okay. Let's focus, guys. I'm trying to be an analyst today. Analyze. I'm trying to analyze this game, okay? So, in my opinion,
So, Ingan, what do you think here?
For me, I know that MP the
I don't
king,
know.
whenever his back is against the wall,
I just know
and
that
comes
Haji
up
is
with the
really,
lead.
really a good
Some things, some good
mid
things
laner
can
player
happen for
also,
Twisted Mind, and not to
right?
mention, one of the most memorable link
Daddy.
games of MP the King was actually back in MSC 2024 up against
Hoping Onyx
Onyx Esports,
PH
where
advance
he
to
won
grand
despite,
final so we can
SYS
see
not
IU in
having
PH. Yes,
coach.
please,
Yeah,
please,
it was
please.
MP the Ling that we got
Let's
to
go,
see. Imagine
Kirk!
of that.
Kill
So
that
I like
minion!
The two lineups are actually playing to each team's strengths and comforts.
Hey, daddy,
especially on
daddy.
James with a Phobius, that seems to be one of the most important conditions for Twisted Minds in Season 15. Give him a Phobius where he can bully, hold
Okay.
the front line.
Flying,
play
you're
on
flying.
his
Okay, okay, okay.
Twisted Minds
Oh,
is
no, no, no.
a
I think,
horrible lift of water.
I
We
thought
know
they
it's gonna
will
heavily commit just yet, but
fight.
Philippines wants to disrupt
But
MP
no.
pattern.
Yeah, they want to put pressure
Calm
here
down.
already.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Bro. Calm down.
Good response.
Okay.
Interesting too, because I would say when we were talking about James on the Phobius, he's got to be one of the best players of the season
Hello,
so far.
kayo. Hello.
Doesn't have a lot of wins, but most of the wins on the
Oh,
defensive
no.
is actually with that
Kirk.
hero, but
Oh,
Kirk's
yeah,
gonna get
he's
spotted out.
safe.
He'll be able to run
Because
away, so he should be fine. See,
he have
we just saw,
sprint,
the
guys.
graphic there from Onyx Philippines. A lot of wins there for key heroes.
No
Such as
kills.
the Juicin,
Almost
the
2 minutes,
Joy,
guys.
the Hilda for those
Still no
three.
kills.
But the Moskov and the Batang doesn't show up too often for Onyx Philippines. Still positive records though.
Okay, Turtle for the taking here. They're going to break it down. It's already under half health.
Half health. There's a combo.
Okay.
And now they're trying to go for
Okay,
it.
okay,
There
okay,
they
nice,
go,
nice,
but
nice.
still, King Kong
Nice.
will get the turtle.
Okay, super friends. Okay. Okay, I think.
And now James
Jay,
up against 4. There's an Infernal Pursuit though, but they're trying
Can
to
they
go for
kill
it.
him?
Walks in again, Infernal
Oh my
Pursuit.
god,
He might be
he's so
able to
annoying.
steal
Like
up
keeps
against
doom,
4.
doom,
He's
doom,
gonna fall
doom.
down at the
Sahur.
hands of Kirk.
He's going to buy some time, but not enough. And now MP does
BO
secure
berapa?
his
BO 5
own
ini,
spot.
guys.
He's able to get out of there, but he's got to work on this.
Nice!
Oh! Brusko was ready.
I thought it was just for information, but scrap that. He wanted to go for
Okay,
the
he's
kill
safe.
already.
Yeah, no, that's info. He said, guys, he's dead.
I got him.
Hope that all of these
Oh,
Onyx
man,
gamers are
Brusko,
epic
and
comeback. I
if
want
you're
to
gonna
test
go
my
to what
headset
Villar
for
actually
your scream
mentioned,
attack.
One of the things that's popping up right now
Guys,
is not a tanky, but
you
now
hear my scream
how things
earlier,
going
right?
now. Brusko
Are you
can actually
prepared for
try
that?
Up against Twisted Minds.
How's this
Because
been
my
this
boyfriend just killed it.
so far with the Benang? Like, are we seeing more
Who is
of the
that?
damage
Ling.
build on him, or is it
Okay,
still
guys,
like
I'm
kind of a
trying
hybrid
to
in a
be
sense?
Well, I saw some
calm,
Chop Suey hybrid builds here
because
and
the
there.
last
I didn't
time
think
I
so
saw
much of
someone's
it,
commenting
but,
in
now we're seeing
Tagalog
it here in
that
the
I
Philippines,
sound so
maybe that
annoying.
might be the route that we're going for.
So I'm
Although the
trying to be
previous
a
tanky
calm
Badang
girlfriend
build
right
is a
now.
lot-
I'm
that's based on
trying
a
to
lot of
be
cooldown
like very
reduction. Already
demure,
did a fair
very
amount of
mindful,
damage,
very
especially once he has
cutesy.
his 3 items locked
I
in,
won't
especially
scream again.
with, the Oracle
I will try
already
to
in
be
his hands. But if
elegant,
you're gonna go
okay?
down a more damage route, then let's see if it's
Ternyata
gonna
seru.
work out
Hey,
for
gimana
Onyx. It's a
aja? Emang
trade-off,
seru
but
loh.
I feel like a
If win
favorable
in
one.
first
You
match,
get
can
caught
you
up
do
by the
Layla here?
Badang, and he just gets
No,
a
Fadil.
full-on combo with you,
Yeah.
Give me
that's-
something
it hurts.
first I can
It
do
could
Layla
even
here.
be one hit. I think the most
Because
recent
it's all about
Badang damage build we saw was actually MPL
Yeah.
Indonesia between BTR and Alter Ego. I forgot who used Badang, but it definitely worked for them, won them a game. So now Onyx still holding on to 1.7k
Benar,
gold, and
benar.
trying also
Aku
to
akan
make sure
menjadi
James doesn't have
cewek
enough
yang
space.
kalem
Yeah,
now.
so they're gonna work on this.
No, it's
Turtle's
okay.
coming up now.
Be at yourself.
Second
If you live in a
game,
happy for
Onyx
that.
will
That
go
only
ahead and take the
a
round
normal
all
person as a
together
fan
up
girl.
here.
Okay,
And
let's
set up
just
that
see
full
the
five for
second
the take.
turtle,
They
guys.
might just force a
I hope
fight. It
they
looks like that's
can
what they wanna do.
protect
Twisted
the
Minds
second
doing the
turtle
same
as
thing.
well.
Yeah, it's gonna be slowly started up for Brusko. And now in position.
Daddy,
James
where are
has
you,
to
Daddy? I
lead
cannot
this
see
charge.
Daddy
Oh!
Brusko. Ah, no! Daddy Brusko is dead, but okay. Kera. Oh no.
King takes down King Kong. This looks good for Twisted
No.
Minds.
Kirk.
No, nice.
Chase after him, but Super Prince was there for the defense, and Twisted Mind.
2 for 2. Eh.
Secures the turtle.
Twisted
2 for
Minds
1.
played that
It's
well,
not worth
and
it.
then they go and get a key kill on King Kong plus the objective, so that'll bring them back into this early game without.
There's a rumor of Layla hair buff. Oh no. You must be joking, bro.
Prolific users of the
No.
Strike
I won't do the
flicker combo.
Layla hair. I feel pretty today, so no, I won't do the Layla hair.
Twisted
Thank
Minds
you
was
so
able to
much.
split that fight perfectly. That King Kong, MP the King was just able to take down King Kong.
Feather airstrike already used up onto
Ah,
Super
friends.
Friends.
Okay, he's
Did not
safe.
connect though, so Super Friends was able to walk away scot-free.
Okay, so
Triva,
back to
MP, the
this
king is
point,
top global
we have to
here.
start to consider,
Triva,
where does
what
the
is
scaling
Triva?
happen for both of these
Kaget
lineups?
itu
Are they
Onyx
pretty
PH
balanced
twisted
for-
niya
on
ngegas
both
menang
sides?
pasti nih.
Do they come online around the same time of the game here?
Yeah, for outplay,
Maksudnya
as soon
apa
as
sih?
he
Nggak
gets
ngerti.
the Feather of Heaven. And,
For
even
50k
a
rupiah,
concentrated
no
energy
Layla hair,
could
no
be a
Layla
turning
hair,
point for
bro.
Twisted Mind, but again,
No Layla
Varsity
hair.
needs also scale up for the side of Hajizi. So now Onyx Philippines, actually their 1.8k gold lead almost got diminished. Now we're seeing some
There's
sort of
already Ateayo, thank you
equal
so much,
economy
backyard
for these two
bros.
teams.
Twisted Minds was able to balance out the game but just at the right time. And that forces Onyx Philippines to slow down their approach a little bit, play a little bit more for the macro.
Second over.
They've now shown that
You're still
respectable output
trying,
despite
Fadil, but
Onyx being a little
no.
bit closer to the 1,000
I'm so
gold
sorry.
lead.
Not
Let's look at
enough
some
for
good
my
outputs
Layla
from
hair
Kimi, especially
because
with
my hair
the
is
Sky Piercer
really,
already
really
up
looks
there.
good today.
Again, still no
I don't
kills
need to do
for
the
him,
Layla
but that's something we
hair.
have to watch out for Onyx Philippines.
Can you do Balmond hair,
Now back
bro?
to this point,
No.
Next turtle's going to be up shortly here. And I expect the same thing, both teams kind of rotating in. Now, Calra didn't land that Spirit of Destruction, even though that was like in the
This is
vicinity
my
of
last
the
over
turtle,
100k.
but,
Still no
maybe again,
Fadil.
it's
I'm
just
so
go ahead and
sorry.
farm up, get online for both the
I
gold
just
laners
really
right
like my
now,
hair
but we've seen
today.
the Kimmy, man, pop up even towards the end of the regular season quite a bit. have
Except
some success,
if you
but
give
more
me
so
like
the weeks that we
10
had off,
juta
where the other
rupiah.
regions around the
Maybe I
world
can
were
think
playing this
again.
Kimmy.
I will think
And
again.
really late game, if you're not able to control the Kimmy,
Hello,
or even
it's me,
if you
Heart.
aren't close enough to take the Kimmy out, you could be in trouble in some of the
Oh,
later
oh,
game
oh, oh,
fights
oh,
right
oh,
now.
oh,
So
oh, oh.
Outplayed will go ahead and hold it down here. We'll see if they actually go into
Okay,
contest
okay, okay, Kirk.
King used the
Okay,
power of
wow.
wilderness onto MP the
Look
King,
at
so
the
they might not
damage.
be able to contest unless
Ah,
Onyx,
friends.
though,
Okay, he's
James
safe.
goes in with Infernal
And
Pursuit,
the
paired up with
ultimate
Hajizi's
is
Feather Airstrike,
used
so a
for
lot
both
of
sides.
ultimates plus the Purified
For the mid
Shell are
laner.
used up.
Ultimates for the mid laners, both.
By the way,
gone
you
now.
still remember me?
There's no
Yeah,
easy way
you're
for
the
Onyx
guy
Philippines
that
to have a better
always
positioning right now for this turtle.
asked
Twisted
me
Minds
to
are
do
playing
Layla
macro
hair,
game
right?
Up top.
I remember
Onyx
you.
hasn't read the situation fully just yet. No one's going to be full committing for the turtle. Well, Twisted Minds might actually walk away with a tower or a turtle.
Oh
with this
no.
one.
Okay, so they're just going to go ahead and focus on
Top
that.
lane.
Little macro pressure. The top turret is going to go down. Outplayed will secure that one. And so now the decision to be made. James will hold up the turtle here. We'll see if they rotate
Simle
in
ate,
or
what
just
is
MP starts
Simle?
it up. So Onyx Philippines might go ahead and look to go ahead and punish this. They take control around the turtle pit. For now, the rest of the team from Twisted Minds will now rotate.
Kirk.
Oh, hold on. Ajizi's going to wings by wings out, but Escalera does have the flicker available. They're going to try to cut them off here. Kirk also has to run out there, but Escalera will be spotted out as they face off against this turtle. Calra could also join this fight if he throws in. Once that spear is available, he doesn't have it just yet. So if he just makes his way for the turtle.
Again, a lot of ultimate connecting, but Brusko! What a beautiful setup for King Kong to get that turtle. Kirk
Oh,
running
no,
along,
Daddy.
everything has his eyes on him, but Brusko
Oh,
is the
no,
first
it's
man
not
down
worth
and a
it,
double
right?
kill for outplay. This
Or
guy
is it
has a
worth it?
Sky Piercer.
Yeah, the
But look
punishment
at
we were
Kara,
talking
Kara,
about, if you're
can
not
Kara
careful
get
with
it?
this very dive-centric lineup
No,
by
no,
Onyx
Kara cannot
Philippines,
get it.
then the Kimmy's actually going to have a grand old time. And you mentioned it now, 2 stacks
But
on
at
the
least
Sky
they
Piercer
got the
of
mid
outplay
lane.
means Onyx Philippines really need to time their entries a little bit better.
It's
But
not
at the same time,
connecting,
you have to
right?
look at what Twisted
When
Minds
Brusko
did there.
ultimate.
James got to enter at the right time to give space for Twisted Minds so that the backline of Onyx Philippines won't be able to respond
Ah,
as
my
well
money
as
already
they
used
could
for
have.
Naruto
Now we're seeing
skin,
the
so I
beauty of
can
pairing the
challenge you.
Kimmy and the Farsight together. Wait!
Daddy,
Ooh!
daddy, daddy.
But the call-
Daddy, no!
By the dark wave of James and the counter punish of Twisted Minds.
No.
Was there Brusko is
Yes,
down,
yes,
but King
yes,
Kong
yes.
wants to avenge the
Yes,
death. He
yes,
takes
yes.
down
It's
Outplay.
okay, it's
James
okay.
goes in
Yes,
with
it's a
Infernal
yes,
Pursuit.
it's a yes,
Super
it's a
Friends
yes,
is
it's
the
a
only
yes.
bring him
Thank
down.
you so
Three
much.
kills
It's a
waiting
yes.
for Onyx.
Man, it looks so
It's
good.
okay, even though
You know,
Daddy
you
Brusko is
stop
dead.
the combo coming out from Brusko, but
They
then
can
you
kill
still get punished
the
with
three
Twisted
of them,
Minds.
right?
And Onyx Philippines gets a lot of value out of that fight. So
Di
they're also gonna
MPLPH
hit
ada
some
sejarahnya
turrets
nggak
now
sih
and
Kak?
get
Winnernya
positioned
bukan dari
for the
upper
next
bracket,
objective.
soalnya di MPLID semua winnernya dari
Response
upper
by Onyx
bracket.
Philippines, what we thought was a flub eventually turned
Gak
out
tahu deh, kayaknya nggak
better
pernah
for
deh.
them
Kayaknya semua
because
dari
the
upper
Calderon
juga.
did
I don't know.
get to hit the
Kamu
Spirit
coba
of
cek
Destruction, and the
Wikipedia.
slight moment of hesitation, though it looked bad for Brusko, just gave enough decision-making time for Super Friends, King Kong, and Keldra to make the most out of it and walk away with 2 kills.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why we see a Kimmy having a hard time against assassin junglers like the Hayabusa, especially the Joy. Because as soon as King Kong is interrupted,
What's
uninterrupted
what's
with
the counter for
electrifying
Kimi,
beats, there's no
guys?
escape,
Sorry,
especially there's no
this is my
flicker
real
from that
question because
Kimi.
every time I use Kimi in ranked
It's
games,
really difficult
I
to get away
win.
from that, and,
Even though I
again,
use
for
Kimi
Onyx,
as
they put
a mid
themselves a little
laner,
bit further
and I
ahead.
still win.
Nonetheless, I think it'd be great if Twisted Minds can
So,
eventually get that turret down. to
I
spot
really
one
want to
and
know
away
what's
the
the
mid
counter
turret
hero for Kimi.
for Onyx Philippines to open up some of the space to work with. The Lord is up now, though, and Onyx already getting positioned again. They can just park Kelra on the opposite side of the map.
Please,
Hope
please,
that he's
please,
able to
please,
join
please
with
get
that
the
spear
Lord,
once
guys.
it's up. But this is the problem too. You're working against a lot of heroes. If
Beware of the Haji.
Zone out so well.
And also Jay.
Substitution here, of course,
Because
you gotta watch out for Brusko. His
Onyx,
flicker's available.
Onyx card, please.
Kirk can
Kirk,
just take
beware.
this damage and they can hold the Lord here.
Kirk.
Kelra's still gonna push, but here's the fight.
Going in for James. James has to flick.
Nice!
With a fist break, fist crack, gonna bring down Haji.
Oh no, Brusko.
Brusko is gonna fall down, but a clap back from Onyx is here. MP the King goes in with
Okay,
the Templates of
Look at Kara, guys. I think they will confuse who will they.
Okay, Kelra spitting down bottom while Onyx Philippines have
Kara,
their eyes set
Kara,
on the Lord.
Kara, Kara.
Twisted
Whoa, whoa,
Minds
whoa,
right
whoa.
after
Kara,
him with a
Kara,
monster
Kara,
shot.
crazy,
Oh,
crazy,
down MP!
crazy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he did better than I
Crazy,
thought. At least
bro.
he got one, but
3
that was
versus
all part
1.
of the
Still
plan
managed to
as
kill
Onyx Philippines gets
the
Lord.
jungler.
First day of
That's
the
Kara.
playoffs already has an amazing play up against 3 clutch win of
King Kong Joy
nature.
is enough
Was
to
able
counter
pin
Kimi.
down
Ah, I
MP the King,
see.
unfortunately
For
him.
me, I guess Luxin can use for
MP
counter
the King
Kimi.
didn't have his templates
Are you
in
okay?
place.
What do you
You
mean?
can see
I'm
Twisted Minds
okay.
saw that clip of Eman with what he did as a
Misal
Moscow
history
for
winner
1v3.
MPL
They
sama
were
kaya di
watching their
MPL
space.
ID.
That's why Kelra
Seberapa
had to
besar
decide,
kayo
I
percaya
can
naik
only get one here,
back-to-back
and he got the best
champion?
target he could.
Oh, now Kirk trying to soak up the damage. King
Oh,
Kong on the
King
other
Kong.
hand goes in.
Natawa guys,
For
natara.
the flank once again, electrifying beats. Not
SOD.
gonna connect. SOD connects though. As Kelmer jumps in, they were able to take down.
Aku jadi kepo
Escalera
deh guys. Nanti
one
kita
of
lihat
them
ya
down,
liquid
Twisted
tadi ya.
That-
Di
I mean,
PH
that could've been
pernah
way
nggak
worse for Twisted Minds, but they still have to deal with
dari
this Lord
lower
pushing in.
bracket?
They're down Escalera. The turrets are going to get crashed into. Bottom one of the base is already gone. I'm not sure if Onyx Philippines wants to get in a position to end the game
Hai
here. They might
Kayus,
get another
misal Nick
turret,
maju
it's
ke
gonna be
grand
more
final
gone.
lagi, you
We'll see
datang
what
lagi
Twisted
nggak
Minds
ke
can
venue
do. They
PH.
try to hold on,
Let's
try to
see later,
clear these
guys.
lanes out, but another turret will fall now in the mid lane.
Yeah. They're utilizing the time that Escalera is still
Can
on the
they
big
get
side. Same time
the
James doesn't have his flicker.
top
So there's no
turret?
setup here
Yeah,
for
they
Twisted
can
Mind,
get
and
the
Keller just
top
cleaning
turrets.
up the map. 3 inhibitor turrets taken down.
Nice.
That's just the first Lord.
Yeah.
Berasa ikut quiz dadakan, sumpah demi Allah guys. Boleh dong cek di Wikipedia guys.
Yeah, he's 2-4-3. We did get to see that one
This
big
Super
combo
Friends first match he
that
used
was
Zuxin in
clearly
MPL
the
PH. I've
turnaround
never
moment.
seen him
They bring for
use
Onyx
Zuxin before.
Philippines that led to
I'm
them
not
getting the
sure
Lord,
guys,
getting
I
all
don't
the
know.
towers. But
Maybe-
it's how he's just showing up himself
I
in the
think
front
may-
line in
he-
the
he-
siege
he already
moments.
used
When they were
Zuxin
taking down the
before.
towers, he was like, all right, go ahead. Throw everything you got on me. Bring me down low. I don't care because I'm just trying to see if I can force a
Oh my god
reaction
guys,
out
I
of
need
you
to
because
pee,
with
but I
Twisted Minds
won't go
wanting to damage
to
Brusko,
bathroom
that's an equal threat. Brusko
if
can at any time go in with a
the match
fist
has an
break,
an.
flicker into the fist crack that Twisted Minds has to watch out for. So
Have an
you're
an
just
or
doing
has an an?
roam things, but
I don't know
very
guys.
brain
My
And apart from that, the secondary
rumor is pretty bad.
Also, he literally learned from what Escalera did during the second turtle, the flicker in ultimate that caught Onyx off guard. That's why this time, every brush that he sees, he's gonna step on it, make sure that there's no
Oh my
initiation angle there
god.
for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, the hard part about
Ini
it
masih
is,
game
you know,
satu,
when you're looking
guys.
at these items, for both the
Abis
teams
ini
here,
juga
like
game
you guys
seru,
mentioned, Brusko,
Falcon
he's kind of just a
versus
distraction.
the
Does just
NC.
pick up a radiant armor, so he's able to deal with some of that magic damage a little bit more. Because his
Can you
job
speak
is that,
Tagalog
like,
a little
let
bit?
me surprise them with my
Putang
flicker,
ina na naman,
combinations
tol.
that are going to come through with that bedang. And then also, like, Kirk, he's a menace too. Like, if Brusko already did
I
the
think
main
they
job,
just
Kirk can also
wait
go and
in
clean
that
up alongside
place
King
because
Kong,
they
and
think
Kelra
that
is free to do what he wants and even play
Empire the
around
King
Super
will
Prince.
go
And that's why this
to-
composition seems to be working out so well.
We'll
Both
try
sides,
to
though, you could say, you could really look at it and
push
be like,
the
all right,
bottom
both
turrets,
sides,
no?
both compositions have a great coverage from all the way from the
You
early game
can
until
win
now
ga ni
even.
Onyx?
And
Yakin,
even in the
inshallah,
damage
guys.
profile, Outplayed is still having a good game. But he's just got to be able to go ahead and utilize this Kimmy in some of these fights.
Yeah.
Now they give up
Oh,
the
they
objective,
they
so
want won.
to look at, all right, how are they on the
They
base
won
defense
fight
with this
in
lineup?
the
Are they where they
Lord.
need to be, even though they're, what, 6,000 gold behind?
Uf, tapi ada para
One
siyang
of my
team
favorite
ya.
ways to
Malas
play
ito.
MLBB, throw bodies. Onyx Philippines
Do
can
you know
that.
Bembang?
Once
I
they get
know,
to the
backyard
base with the
bars,
Lord,
bros.
some
Don't
of their
say
minion
that,
waves are
bro.
good as they just need one minion wave already threatening into the range of the base. Then they can just throw bodies. While
I
having
want to
one
go
or
to
two
the toilets,
heroes
please.
Trying to just focus down the base. It could be a simple end here for Onyx Philippines. Yes, they'll have to watch out the positioning of the Farsa and the Kimi, because if they leave those unchecked, yes, it could be incredibly punishing. But again, you can throw either the Badang, the Joy, or the Hilda. Hell, throw all of them just to force the Farsa to get bursted down and the Kimi to get bursted down, so Onyx can end this. They can end it here.
We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Lord is in the base now. They're going to hold it down.
Oh,
Brusko again,
miss!
but didn't
Oh my
connect
God,
with the ultimate.
Daddy!
Now the punish from Twisted Minds.
Oh,
They're gonna
nice
bring
one,
down
but
the
they get-
bruiser.
they
A mega
also
kill
get
coming in from King
JMZ.
Kong. Kelra locking on the base, and Onyx
Nice
takes game
one,
one.
bro. Nice.
Throw bodies.
Throw bodies. That's game
GG po,
one.
GG po.
All Kelra
GG
had to
po,
do was,
ate
like,
kuya,
shotgun.
everyone.
A lock on the base.
Cheers to
It's
Onyx
done like that.
PH.
Game one, man.
Cheers, Brusko trained you
That was
well.
quick.
Of course, he
That was
trained me,
clean.
guys.
From Onyx Philippines.
He can.
Back and forth at some
He won.
moments.
Yeah.
He won't believe
Twisted
you.
Minds definitely surprising
So
Onyx
he needs to
Philippines,
teach
some
me, you
crucial
know?
moments, but
Guys,
in the
I
end,
need to go
they
to the
recovered, they hit their power spikes and they didn't let go
Need
right
to
after that
go to
Lord.
the bathroom.
Apart from that, this could be a bad sign for Twisted
Please.
Minds, because we all know
Just watch
that when
this
it comes to James,
without me.
Phobius is one of his main heroes that gets banned out actually, and despite that.
Well, let's see what the panel has to say about game number one.
Well, one thing's for sure, we did see a very good back and forth in the early, the mid game there. Definitely something, it looked like Twisted Minds had something going, but then again, we saw that Onyx, that conviction in the
Yeah.
late game.
It was almost the perfect kind, or the sudden boost in the early game, which we were really looking for in terms of Twisted Minds and their overall execution. It was so close. But Onyx Philippines, what showed in this game was what we always know of them. It's that kind of individualistic start to things wherein they just try to accomplish what's needed of them, even when they know that the situation's not entirely favorable, and just acting on whatever is in front of them when they know that they already have the right tools to deal with it. And that is exactly what we saw from them. Just the right amount of patience and being consistent. And even when we thought Twisted Minds nearly could have pulled off something even without an unorthodox pick in the bag, it's still Onyx Philippines. It's still the Super Family winning this team fight overall.
That's right. Speaking of tools
My
that you
goodness.
can really use, there's King Kong. He's going to be your MVP for this game.
I
And
mean-
I actually really agree with Renmar. There are a lot of unsung heroes here.
Uh-huh.
Brusko was a huge one.
Yep.
Kelra as well, like as usual, right?
As usual.
It's becoming a very staple for Kelra to just do superhero 1v3 things.
Yep, but this guy, mind you, felt like he was one of the most quiet guys in the team during those moments wherein I feel like he was confident enough that the rest of his teammates could have already applied the necessary pressure towards especially the late jungle that was in the hands of Twisted Minds. But until that very moment wherein he was able to find that only kill for the majority of the game towards Outplayed, that's where he literally went online, and that's where he was able to open up so many possibilities for his team. And looking at the MVP highlights, or the overall highlights of that game, there was tremendous pressure for the first 2 minutes of the game towards Twisted Minds. And that definitely was something you would not want to happen, considering that you have a late jungle. But there were moments where in Twisted Minds, they actually had those calls, those right calls, those confident calls, which rewarded them greatly, especially in terms of them somewhat finding a solution to how they were supposed to deal with Onyx Philippines. Those moments wherein they tried to go for Brusko on the early stages of the game actually worked really well for them, because they need not worry too much about Kirk when he didn't have enough items just yet, and Keller wasn't entirely part of the picture, and especially those first few team fights which happened. But there was just too much pressure going on all over the map. Once Kirk was able to secure the necessary items, even when Outplayed had such a great time picking up the early 5 kills on this Kimi, it became so difficult for them to prolong and sustain everything, all the while Onyx Philippines was just constantly
Yeah!
working on the map.
I'm back,
You would
everybody.
think that Twisted Minds could actually do the same, right? They had the link, but for some reason, Onyx Philippines and the way they're able to manage everything across
Okay.
the map just denies MP the king of all these possibilities.
I guess that denial was huge in making
Cheers,
sure that this lane
guys.
could
GG
not
Onyx
run
bagi
away
maju.
with the game.
Bisa-bisa.
Because if you're
Semoga.
talking about,
King
double
na
picks,
nyo, wag nyo
Blink was
sabihan
one of
ng
those picks that
wait,
he tried to do
Jerome,
exactly
pero
what
Lin,
Joy
no.
does.
Yep.
I
Go
know.
for that super split push
I know
on
the
other
last
side of the map,
word
and then
that
will
you
distract the
type.
enemy, and that
I
will
know what
split
is
up
Bembang
your team
means.
fight. We did not see that as
Dedi
much
miss-nya
in this
lumayan
game.
dari
That's the
tadi.
biggest surprise here for
Iya.
me.
Yep. It always feels
Iya,
like
lumayan
Brusko,
nih.
whenever he tries to
Gede
go in for
banget
the big
loh.
first crafts, it's always landed towards MP the King too.
Gua pengen lihat di
For
Wikipedia
some reason, MP the King
Harvest.
gets forced to use the Tempest of Blades, and that's probably
Ini
one of the
season?
biggest problems that they had to
Kita lihat aja
undergo
semua.
as well. You need to have your Tempest of Blades so you could play just as aggressively, so you could just fight back against Onyx Philippines whenever they try to go for something. But the moment that MP the King knows that it's no longer available for him, he could only do so
Wikipedia.
much. He'd have to divert his attention towards
Um,
other things they could potentially go for. The
PH.
trades, which we also talked about during the pre-show, but in this scenario, in this game, I mean, look at the number of turrets that were taken down by Twisted Mind. It's only 2. Look at the number of buffs that they were able to secure compared to Onyx Philippines. And objective takes are indeed a huge problem considering that
Let me
King
see the
Kong was just
MPLPH.
able
Yes,
to
let's
perform
share
so
this
well once
screen.
again in this game. Mind you, we don't even see Kelra here, but Kelra on the Moskov by the 11-minute mark.
Wait a minute. Let's just see. How I don't understand to read this, bro. Okay, I am. Oh iya, mereka dari upper bracket nih, guys. Iya, mereka dari upper bracket ya. Gimana sih bacanya? Ini banyak banget timnya. Nah ini nih. Yang menang Brand ya upper bracket juga coy. My god. Archangel upper bracket finals. Archangel. Oh ya, masih upper bracket juga. Masih upper bracket juga cuy. Too strong. Dari upper bracket juga. Ini kok bracketnya gini ya? Ini karena masih season dulu kali ya guys ya. Nah ini kan udah jelas nih. Lower bracket bro, Brand Esports menang lawan Omega. Jadi ada chance. Oke, mereka dari lower bracket terus menang di Grand Finals Brand Esports. GG. Ini gue lihat satu-satu nih, Cok. Nah, ini upper lagi. Upper ya, ini upper lagi nih guys. Upper lagi. Ini upper ya. Upper lagi. Season berapa ini? Season 9. Yang dari lower cuma satu yang menang gokil. Upper lagi. Upper ini lower lagi nih guys, ini lower nih. Oh no upper lagi tapi yang grand finalnya dari lower. Eko yang menang Eko. Upper lagi. Serius cuman brand doang yang bisa dari lower. Upper bracket ya ini. Season 13, season 14 kemarin gak sih? Upper. Tapi Auroranya dari lower guys. Ya begitulah. Ada kemungkinan guys, berarti there's a chance that only Philippines can win because Brand Esports win when they didn't go to the upper bracket at first. They stay in the lower bracket and then boom, they win. So I hope that Onyx PH can do that also. Can pull that card also. MVP Game 1 King Kong, Game 2 Brusko, Game 3 Kera. How do you guys know about that? Bener ya tadi ya si John bener ya guys ya? Oh, what is Brain Esports and Omega in lower bracket? I don't understand. So right now, currently, Onyx Philippines fighting like in the lower bracket, right? Someone's asked me in Indonesian, in Bahasa, they asked me, is there a chance for Onyx Philippines to go to the grand finals and win this season? Because as far as they remember, no one's can win from lower bracket. But in MPL Philippines, Brand Esports win the MPL season 9 or I forgot. Yeah, I think MPL season 9. They start from the lower bracket. So I think there is a chance for any Philippines to win this game also, even though they are not starting from the upper bracket. Jam berapa pertandingannya? Udah tanding kali. Game 1 udah tanding say. Tinggal game 2 dan 3. Ada BO 5 sih tapi. Ayo Iping, apa kabar? Udah hilang Iping, udah. Usah tanya lagi. Woi. When are you gonna go to Philippines? Just wait, guys. Yeah. No, this is playing and not lower bracket. Okay, I want to text Brusko first. Telat one game, gak enak badan, Mam. Kenapa? Sakit apa ya, Ra? Ayo, can you do a cutie smile? Like what? Like what? How to do a cutie smile? Like how? Tell me, guys. Oh, lower bracket is in the next round. Okay, just wait. I really hope they can win, guys. Kenapa gue promosi? Gue pengen pilus. You love my videos? Thank you so much. Po. Kayu Brusko kalau abis game 1 gitu boleh megang HP apa enggak? Gak tahu guys, aku gak pernah nanya sih. Jujur aku gak pernah nanya, tapi gak tahu. Tapi aku tetap chat aja, just in case dia baca. Tapi kayaknya nggak megang HP sih harusnya guys, karena pasti mereka review game. You wanna go to the Stitch place store that I went? You need to come to Indonesia. Wah, putangin na naman tol. Putangin na. Ah. Hey, that's a bad word, bro. Don't say that. I don't know why he speaks Tagalog. That's a bad word. You cannot say that. Okay? How long will you be staying in PH? I don't know, guys. Sis, I love you so much. I love you too. Kayak habis sakit kah? Enggak. Kenapa? Mama kamu berpikir aku sakit. Don't say that again. Okay po. Sorry po. I won't do that again. Po. New subscriber from PH. Hello, welcome, bro. How to say welcome in Tagalog? Maligayang pagdating sa aking channel. Welcome sa channel ko. Hi guys, welcome sa channel ko. How is it? Is it bad? Is that a Smurf? No, it's not a Smurf. I am Filipino, but many people with my name are in Indonesia. Is that true? Yes, Firman. Firman! That's an Indonesian name. Oh! Ini. Aku habis suntik vitamin C, guys. Kenapa? Karena aku gak mau sakit. You're good in Tagalog. Of course, my boyfriend is Filipino. Bang, Brusko menang nggak? Game 1 menang. Sakit. There is 100% in my channel. But why are you guys so quiet? Say something in the comment section, bro. Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka? Okay naman. Okay naman. Okay naman ako. Ikaw? Ikaw at ikaw. Nonchalant. What do you mean nonchalant? Ang ganda ng girlfriend. Thank you so much, Daniel. Ganda mo, waifu. Salamat po, Yon Luke. Mabuti. What is mabuti, guys? Oh, you are good. Okay po. Draft. Draft, draft, draft.
Number 2 of Twisted Minds versus Onyx Philippines. We also have Renmar here from the desk to help us out with the draft, specifically with that first one. What did you guys think about that?
Well,
Eh.
I mean,
Eh.
the first draft, I kind of leaned with what Delar mentioned, that he was going into that liking the Twisted Minds
Ay!
more. But then again, at the end of the day,
What happened to...
execution,
Weh!
it just
Weh!
went all throughout.
Eh,
So,
it's...
looking
Ini
back
error,
now,
Chok.
it seems like it's the exact same ban approach.
Error, error.
Angela Box.
What happened?
Going into that liking the Twisted Minds drafts a little bit more. But then again, at the end of the day, execution, Onyx was just better all throughout. So looking back now, it seems like it's the exact same ban approach. Matilda, Angela, Box. Yeah. So let's see if we're just going to get like a version 2. However, Twisted Minds has opened up the Harith this time around. By taking
Again
away
and again, they choose Kalea.
The focus though, which earlier Twisted Minds did decide to pick up once they were in the red side. But I can entirely say the same for Onyx Philippines. I feel like Kirk wants to go with something similar to the Hilda, really. Like that very aggressive individual playstyle kind of EXP lane.
It kind of serves him very well. It serves the rest of the team very well. 2, they will have a possibility of picking up that Phobius, though, which does... I mean, it kind of fell off in the last game, but this one, it could be really strong. Yeah, paired with the Joy as well.
Yeah, I agree with the Rock mentioned. The focus rush doesn't look too crazy. For Onyx Philippines, they don't go for it. They are willing to give the Phobius, despite them picking up the Harith. They are dead set on getting the Badang, playing around the flexibility of that hero. So yeah, Twisted Minds can definitely still go for the Phobius here.
Yeah, and my question right now is, Twisted Minds, do they want to go for that
Hi,
exact same route?
what is... What's with that name? Brusko Bembang, what the fuck?
Possibilities that were still out there in the first draft. Right now,
When you
even they
make
can choose
videos
between the
po,
Joy or the
I don't know
Hayabusa
guys.
Yeah.
if they
Please
wanted
just
to.
wait.
That's a big open pool.
There. And they go for the Hayabusa instead. That takes away the static mid laners. Well, Onyx Philippines will be forced on the more static mid laners.
Oh, yeah.
And then you add range poke into
Kara with
that.
Harith.
I'm liking the draft philosophy here of Twisted Minds because now they're telling Onyx Philippines our pressure point is Super Fritz.
Hayabusa?
Whatever he picks up, we want to give him a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the amount of
Who will
range
Super Friends pick?
and the amount of die that could come in even
Yes.
just by seeing the Kalea and the Hayabusa. Right
Brusko
now.
makin chubby
So you
aja
have to be
pipinya
extra
kayo.
mindful of
Makin
whatever
dah
hero
bahagia,
you are
guys.
gonna pick if you were Super Prince in this scenario.
King Kong first. Yeah!
We don't see what...
Lin.
Ooh.
Wow, okay.
We saw MP the Ling in game 1, now we get Ling Kong.
Lincoln.
Hey,
Hi, Sophia sabi niya.
imagine Ling just coming back.
Who is
to
Scalar?
the meta after
Scalar
that
is
having
Fun with it.
Yeah,
Mobile
everyone
player,
seems to be
Mobile
having
Legend player
so
from
much
Indonesia.
fun with the Link so far. So this is
She's really popular
matchup that
because
we're
she's
seeing
really
for
good,
Twisted Minds. Nothing
a
too
good
crazy
laner.
So far.
Yeah, I honestly thought the Ling was more of just like, oh yeah, if I'm Fabian and I'm playing it in MPL ID, I'm definitely gonna play the Ling. But maybe it's because did King Kong go to Fabian and go, hey bro, how's Ling in the meta?
I think Brusko will
It's
use
good
the
buff,
Badang
go
again,
play,
right?
nah. And then maybe that's what happened, but it's not just in Indonesia. You're seeing other regions pick up the Ling more, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah, big reasons as well. We can also see that, you know, if you're watching MPL Philippines for a long time, you might think, you know what, MP the King might have been forced into the link earlier. It doesn't feel that way though, right?
Yeah.
And this is just solidifying the importance of the link in
Who
the
will
draft.
you take?
First three
Prince?
picks, it gets shown up for Onyx.
They ban
Right
first,
now,
right?
We're looking at some of the potential pickups that could be taken by Kirk later on. They ban out the Phobias. There's still a glue also for Onyx Philippines. I feel like that could split up the damage.
They
well,
banned
and
the
could
Phobius.
block off potential attempts from Twisted Minds.
Yeah, it can really survive against. It can also survive against a lot of these picks, these skills that ultimates that we have for Twisted Minds.
Yeah.
Also great against the Granger because you can't really get.
Oo nga, di
eliminated
ka
right
peha.
away. So I feel like the glue is a high possibility of a ban.
Good
I
job.
think Onyx Philippines have their eyes set on picking that up as the 4th pick, if ever, considering that the Hilda's gone, Phobius go, they banned out the Phobius as well. Maybe Glue is going to be their pickup in the 4th, so that Twisted Minds doesn't end up with it. I like the Glue more on the side of Twisted, but I
Oh.
wouldn't be surprised if Onyx just decides to pick it up.
Angela,
so that
good
they
combo
can
for
just
Link,
take it away
seriously?
as an option already.
In tournaments?
Bit of a counter pick as well. You'll notice the low priority on the Kimmy and the Selena that we're talking about earlier
Oh my.
is popping up.
Selena! John!
It's
You are really from the future, right?
Once again,
How can you
who-
know
he gets to play
that he will pick
very aggressively
Selena?
again in the early stages of the game? I feel like MP the King won't be having that much of a great time either.
Yeah, he's becoming one of those Selena prodigies. So,
I don't think
um,
Brusko
here in
will
this
pick
one,
Angela, guys.
Again, not gonna be surprised if Kimmy makes an appearance. That might be a little too
Wah.
problematic if that happens.
Error
What we
tuh
will
kayaknya
see
tuh, guys.
is, again, they have a very squishy lineup. Hayabusa, even their front line, their tank, Kalea, is not really built to take really a lot of hits.
So there's a Kimmy, there's a Sicilian.
Yeah.
You can't pick up like anything like the Eve anymore if there's a Selena. I mean, you can.
Oh,
but-
glue.
Oh, there goes the glue in Twisted Minds.
Ah.
That is what we mentioned earlier, that the glue pick looks better for
When
their
is the
lineup.
playoff in MPLID?
Let's see. Hopefully, no problems arose. As
2 more
we did
weeks.
Get to see James call out the assistance of the Marshals earlier on.
Oh yeah.
We're just waiting to see what the gold lane pickup was from Twisted Minds. If it was able to push through successfully, seems to be that the Marshals
What
now
will
are
Brusko
talking to
pick?
the coaches. So
I think
yeah, I'm
Brusko
just
will pick-
acknowledging
what
we're
will
seeing
Brusko pick,
here.
guys?
Let's see if this is going to be the final lineups.
Oh, Faramis.
We're gonna have to wait and see though. Yeah, so we'll find out how well this is gonna work. If this is the actual last pick, they
Oh,
might
I
be
don't know,
talking-
guys.
They might have done like a possible we might do a possible redraft here on that last one if they called it before the pick happened.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And for this one, if Onyx locks in
Oh,
something,
edit.
we'll see
So Brusko will use Badang.
a very classic for Kurt. So I think they are going for it. They might just go for it here.
Yeah, I
Can
know
they
these
win,
are the
guys, with
lineups
this
we are
draft?
Definitely pushing through.
Yeah, so here we go. It looks like we are pushing through.
He
and
will
the
pick me,
players
of
are
course.
getting ready into their form, the raised feet form, where that's just a pro player move. And then we'll also see that everyone seems to be set
I
up as well
forgot.
on the side of Twisted.
Where is
Feels like we are
MPL?
going
Where is Onyx
into the
PH
game,
position
ladies and gents.
earlier?
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
are gonna see a very interesting lineup here for Twisted. They still have that Faramis combined with the glue this time
Tigahan to,
around.
Onyx menang
Feels
kayo.
like it is a very
3-0
sturdy lineup
lah.
this time.
Yeah. Imagine seeing so many pickups. Like the hero pools we've seen in day number 1, they just even the Edith appearing this early on. I can't wait to see what happens in this game.
Let's load it in the game. Casters, take it away.
Take it away, we shall. Thank you again to the panelists for breaking it down. And now we're jumping into the land
Who
of
are the
Onyx. Game
FPS
number
players
two
who
of the
have
best of
played with
five.
Skylar? Brusko.
Twisted Minds
In
looking to
RRQ.
even out the series against Onyx Philippines after they took game 1 in a rather clean fashion. Now, we had some questions in the draft. I feel like, you know, you were there too, Redmar. And what was the biggest thing that just kind of maybe brought the question to this composition here?
Well, for Side Twisted Minds, they decided to go with a lineup that's very all-in. Dive, fight as a team, even though you do have an option to go for a 4-1 split with a Hayabusa, doing essentially what a Ling does
Nice.
for the lineup
Finch
of
got
Onyx
it.
Philippines, which is to open up the map and split push. But Onyx Philippines responded to the Faramis very well by picking up the Edith. What we've always talked about was if you're going up against a lineup that has a Faramis and likes those longer extended team fights, an Edith is a perfect answer for that. Because if you time your Primal Wrath really well, either you take out Faramis's ultimate right away, or just when Twisted Minds thinks, okay, it's cool, we forced out a lot after we use the Netherrealm of the Faramis, suddenly a Primal Wrath from the Edith comes in and it just shakes up Twisted Minds so much.
Yeah, as we can see, like Renmar mentioned, the Edith good when it comes to extended team fights, but apart from that,
Brusko is
Super Prince this
protecting
time,
King
rocking
Kong.
the Selena, and we all know whenever Super
Ipin
Prince has
naman.
Selena,
Ah,
wait a
no!
minute, First blood drawn. Fourth squad of Twisted
No,
Minds, they're gonna
Daddy!
bring down Kirk, but I think they're still going on. They want to go for Brusko. There comes the Ghost Bursters. Flickers are forced out here, coming in from Brusko, and a kill for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, so surprised that they made a quick play down there, as you're already mentioning this Edith coming in.
But
the
why
Onyx
is Skylar no
Philippines.
longer on
Handled
MPLID?
Kirk, they've got the flicker out.
He's
Super Prince is
just
gonna
not
be
playing
fine
in this
here.
season, guys, I think.
Turtle's up though, so that's
I don't know
gonna
about
focus,
next
and
season,
one of the things
because
you
he
were
will get
mentioning,
married
before that all
this
is,
season.
yeah, Super Prince on the Selena has been really good throughout the season. We'll see if he's able to lock in those arrows in this game. But so far with Twisted Minds, the way that they're moving, they have to be, you know, focus-centric on playing together. I mean, think about how much utility this lineup gives Twisted Minds throughout the entirety of this game.
Yeah, lots of utility there.
Guys, do you
Twisted also
think
made
they can win
the
with this
perfect
draft?
rotation. They wanted to take the Edith out of the picture, especially for that first turtle. That was more an investment into this first turtle because now Onyx Philippines is tough for them to contest this without the Primal Wrath, although Kirk was able to hit level 4.
Okay, Escalera goes in. He's already level 4. Haven't committed the ult yet. But now they're trying to go
Oh
for
no,
more. They're gonna bring
Daddy!
down Brusko once
Ah,
again.
okay, King
tries
Kong
to
got
answer
it.
back and gets the turtle. And is going to escape.
King Kong!
Just waiting for the moment. Oh, he's going to be able to escape, but they're going to put pressure here. They have to on this purple buff. King Kong's going to rely on the team.
It's a 4-man rotation. Here comes the rest of Twisted Minds, though. Kelra from the back with the Salmon Force. MBK was able to shadow out. Will he go back in time, though? Hajizi already forced out the Nether Realm.
Okay,
as Kelra
Kelra.
on James.
Yeah,
He's gonna bring down
yeah.
the Ultimate Fighter once again.
Perfect rotation. I don't think Twisted Minds expected Kelra to be already there in that purple buff, and that became
Oh,
5 versus
nice,
4
nice,
as
nice,
Twisted
nice.
Minds
Nice.
might lose more.
Nice
Fortunately
one.
for King Kong, the Templars of Blades was there despite the Tsunami Slam. He was prepared to clap back and evens out the kill scoreboard 2-2.
And that's why they're known
In Filipino
as
Skylar
the
is widely
super
talked
fam.
about.
They-
What?
I mean, early decisions
What are
like
they
that,
talk
think
about
it.
Skylar,
Kelra
guys?
came all the way
Yeah.
for that to help because they knew, okay, we lose this. Brusko wasn't at level 4. They're going to put pressure on the purple buff. We know how important it is when the Ling comes into play that he needs to have
Yeah.
that purple buff. And so they have to rely on each other to make that happen because that's the same thing that Twisted Minds wants to do with this lineup. They're playing around each other now the mid lane.
The combo from
Oh no,
Escalera
Daddy!
going
Okay.
on to
Oh no,
Kirk and the
Daddy!
other out, but Brusko manages to turn things around in the sacrifice for the bruiser of Onyx Philippines.
Shadow Stampede, perfect by Hajizi, able to get the pullback so that they could at least secure the kill onto Brusko. It forced flickers out of the 2 frontliners, and with Brusko burning his flicker but not escaping, yeah, that was a good trade for Twisted Minds.
Brusko
they were
already
able to
used his
make up
flicker,
for
but
their,
what
missed
like-
call into
Oh, it's
invading.
Haji,
As
yeah.
Envy the King now getting pressured by King Kong. We're getting an anime battle, but it's a
King
stalemate.
Kong,
James
beware.
here, 2v1.
2v1
holding
situation here.
Wants to
King Kong, I
grab
think
it.
he's
Oh,
going to be able
no!
to escape, though. Already forced out the
Oh,
Tempest
he's
of Blade,
okay.
but Hajizi is in the picture this time, and he's going to be able to escape.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, at least for Game 2, Twisted Mind's doing a great job in this early portion of the game. Just going back and forth. You know, they're trading
Our
blows with
boyfriend
Onyx
is so cool,
Philippines, and
of
that's kind of what
course.
they have to do. The lineup lets them do that. And so when you look at Onyx Philippines, how they approach these fights, it's so pick-off-centric at this portion of the game. And it will kind of be that because, again, King Kong can't just jump into the
He said
fight.
he's one
That
of the
Tempest
best
of Blades
bloodline.
ultimate is so important
Aw.
for him.
When?
And now the turtle's up.
When he said
He's
that?
going to stay bottom side. Arrow's going to land here. They might just
They
try to
won
force something,
contest
but it looks
the
like not.
turtle, I think. Yeah.
Twisted Minds will get the second
Because
turtle.
King Kong is
Or
in the
third.
bottom
Wait,
lane.
second.
Second.
Yeah.
Second.
As expected, Onyx Philippines are now opening up the map as Twisted Minds have gone into their Ube
Oh my God.
formation. Now just
Fri-
gonna be
friends,
clumping up.
beware.
This is the strength of their lineup at around the 5-minute mark, around the second turtle. They're going to balance out the push that King Kong did down bottom with the minion waves finishing it up. And now Onyx Philippines might actually be able to fight this in the river if they want to. But Twisted Minds now reading the situation very well. They're like, wait a minute. This
We're out
doesn't
here."
look good for us. All right, let's just back on out.
It's a good choice. Again, it's really just trading blows. They're finding what they can across the map. They know that, I mean, part of this too, think about the previous game where there was pressure across the map with Kalra on the Mozcom, but this time around it's King Kong with this Ling, and we know that that's always something you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
So Twisted Minds wants to get that scaling going. And MP the King's had a rather really good, comfortable start. You know, he hasn't had to do too much. He's building up quite a bit of damage already this point on.
Yep.
So even as the Hayabusa, knowing that you have a Faramis with you lets you be a little more aggressive,
I'm
I
scared,
would say,
guys.
in comparison to, for example, King Kong, where
Yeah.
he's really got to choose those fights properly.
Yeah, King Kong still very fast with the leveling though. Seems like for the past 2 to 3 minutes, always a level or half a level ahead of MP the King. He's a level 11 now. The King level 10.
Why-
And the gold
why
leaders, of
this
course,
game
King
is
Kong
so
and Kelra,
slow?
doing good for Onyx Philippines. The main damage dealers.
Who
in
do
this
you think will
composition,
win,
while
guys?
Outplayed has had a very comfortable time farming.
Yeah, we almost saw an anime battle down bottom. I believe the 2 junglers already used up their ultimates. And this time, MP the King making sure that King Kong won't be able to just split push and split push
Yeah.
for the side of Onyx.
Man, I feel like there'd be a true anime battle if they just, like Ling needs an anime skin eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know which one that's going to be. What
Oh,
other collabs are gonna
no.
come, but hold on.
They're gonna
No,
commit.
Kirk!
Slam onto Kirk.
Oh!
Brusko with a beautiful fist break, fist crack once again. Hajizi goes in with the nether realm. Keller just dancing in the middle of everything as everything picks up a kill onto Brusko and to Kirk. King Kong enters the picture now. Outplayed though. Tempest Blade already
Faramis,
casted.
nyebelin banget, guys.
To get away from this
No, no, Faramis yan. Nyebelin banget, sumpah. Faramis yan, susah banget.
The ultimate of the fan
Guys,
is the utility
the
of
Faramis
nether
is so
realm.
annoying.
MP the King delivers the final
The Faramis is so
blow.
annoying, guys.
And Twisted Minds. That was a 4-kill swing for them.
They got a whole lot, and they're going to get more off of it. They take the orange buff as well. It doesn't matter if King Kong's building up the levels, man. If they lose team fights like that, if they can't go and just pick off the right members. I mean, think how much was thrown to even get outplayed, and they just didn't have it. So Onyx Philippines gets checked on that side of the map, and that's not good going into when that Lord does come up in about a minute and 20 here.
Yeah, and this is what you actually want from Escalera, even down to the previous game.
How to
The
win
second
against
turtle was the
this,
one that started
guys?
things off with a flicker and Tsunami Slam, and this time replicating that, but with Kirk. And full collapse there for Twisted Mind. Even if Brusko was able to clamp back,
5
they
versus
lacked the
3, of
numbers 'cause
course, they
Prince and
cannot
King Kong
win.
wasn't in the picture.
Yeah, Netherrealm right in time. Keldra looked like he was going to threaten Outplay big time, but Outplay got to flicker out, and Escalera was actually peeling for his Granger. So it was great targeting by
Kirk.
Twisted.
Another Tsunami Slam already casted there. Weak Shadow Kill as well. And here comes
Yeah,
Keldra.
bisa nggak ya?
Zaman Force
Haji,
already
yanay!
plus the Nether Realm. They're going to be able to bring down Hajizi. Outplay picks up one more as Keller will be able to walk away.
Okay. They're holding on
But
to the
it's
mid lane.
Faramis,
Meanwhile, King Kong pushing on the other side of the map. But the focus here is that mid turret, or at
You
least
will
the pressure
alive
from Twisted
in like
Minds.
4
They've got a
seconds.
Nice little lead at 3,000 up. So Onyx, this is what they do. If they're behind, they look for whatever scraps they can find around the map, put pressure where they can. But so far, so good for Twisted Minds. The team fight capability that they have is what's really the advantage for them. The Netherrealm, time and time again, has helped them extend those fights enough. And Escalera is doing a great job at setting things up, even under the turret, like we just saw him do previously. Let's take a look at the items here, how they're falling into place for
Will
both
they
teams.
contest the Lord?
I want to look at the 2 gold laners. Already up to 3 core items for the Granger. Went into the Sea Halberd route after the Sky Piercer. While Keller only has 2, but of course the Holy Crystal is a very expensive investment. He does have the Starlium and the
My God, my
Feather
heart
of
beats
Heaven,
so
he's
fast.
good in that regard. You saw that the Harith is getting to the point where you can just brute force Harith it. Where it's like 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1. As long as I got my Zaman Force, it's okay. I can try to make things happen. And that's where he is right now in terms of his items.
Yeah. But for Twisted Mind, the counter of Hajizi with the clutch Nether Realm. But wait a minute, Kirk!
Come on, Kirk.
Tsunami Slam already connected. Brusko goes from the back with a fist break.
Brusko!
Combo. Keller being able to free hit. Escalera might be the first man down, but Hajizi again with a clutch Nether Realm.
Nice one, nice!
Onyx Philippines looks like they're gonna fly.
King Kong!
Nice! King Kong! Fever! King Kong!
Maybe the king survives.
Used up already the template of Blast.
Nice, they
It
got
was
the
a
Lord. Oh,
turnaround
thank God.
again for the defending champions.
That little
I think
moment
the MVP
just gave
will
them
be
a
Kerra,
whole
guys.
lot. Goodbye, 3,000, 4,000 gold deficit that Onyx Philippines had to work with. And that was what? Kirk that started it all.
Yeah, that was a split-second delay that favored and turned the tides for Onyx. I mean, Flicker casted Tsunami Slam already
Please.
used up, but Kirk was able to use the onward to delay the attack of Twisted Minds.
I thought it would be a moment where Escalera, the animation of the title strike is still gonna
Is there
lock
a
in,
chance
but no,
that they
it seems
can
like
win this game,
he
guys?
just
Please
jumped into
tell
the
me if
arms
you
of
guys
the mech of Edith, got thrown on his
can
head,
analyze.
and then suddenly
gameplay,
like,
guys.
wait a minute, how did that happen? And Onyx Philippines just
Fair,
took
Ferrag
over.
got the buff.
That was crazy. I haven't seen that interaction.
Hey, man, they don't call him the Kirk attack for nothing.
Yeah.
That was something that an architect would basically
Hello,
do. They put together
Tatang
perfectly.
Sundara.
But now from this point,
Welcome
Lord's
to
gonna be
my
worked on.
channel.
Shield will pop. Tier 2 turret in the mid lane.
Nice
is
to
gonna go down,
know
and King
you.
Kong will continue to put pressure where he can. So they hold on to base turrets. Twisted Minds is not out of this yet. They do find themselves facing now the deficit 2,000 gold against themselves. their fighting capability is still good, but you can start to see the pendulum swing in the damage that Onyx Philippines is able to put through, especially how they have to kind of burst through that Nether Realm. They have to deal with
Hello, Raya
Escalera,
Maulida.
forcing the setups that they've responded really well to in the last couple minutes, especially.
Yeah, I like the discipline that Twisted Minds showed,
One
especially
error
that last
lose.
weekends. Of course,
So they
I
cannot.
want to assume that they were somewhat
They
rattled a
need
bit
to
by
do it
Escalera
perfectly,
not being able
right?
to complete his initiation with what Kirk did. But at the same time, Twisted Minds backed off at the right time. It could have been much worse for them. They waited for the entry of King Kong. King Kong was even put a bit in the red. The King Kong had to go, all right, I'm going to use my Tempest of Blades, but it's more of like,
Sama-sama, Wanda
deal a bit of poke
Pauzy.
damage, get out of here, I'm zoning
Baka
out.
nakapeha.
Because if he decided
Bloom
to full
sayang.
commit that, he would have been punished instead, and you wouldn't want to lose the Ling in that situation. So Twisted Minds know when to back off. Seems like they've learned from that mistake that they did at the beginning of the game, wherein they invaded the purple buff, not expecting or respecting Kelra being able to rotate down there.
Arrows again. This is where the
Daddy
thing too
beware.
comes in the clutch for Super Prince. The scouting capabilities with the arrows, the traps too. Brusko also playing front side. It's their turn to go ahead and put pressure on the purple buff here. They still got 20 seconds for the Lord to come up.
Kara
And
got the
they'll go
buff,
ahead
right?
and take that.
Yes.
Now, MP the King, you know, at this point, he hasn't died. He's been able to relatively do well.
Yeah.
But when we think about this next objective coming up in 10 seconds, what does Twisted Minds need to do to win that fight, to secure themselves an objective and possibly be able to push towards the base of Onyx Philippines here?
Yeah, it kind of has to start with Escalera again.
One versus one,
Tsunami
Ling
Slam,
against
catching Onyx
Hayabusa, who
off
will
guard.
win?
So just not let Kirk do that again.
Yeah. If he be able to catch up onto Kirk, and he won't be able to utilize the Primal Wrath, that would be a good sign, because that means that Hajizi will be able to use the Nether Realm for the Zaman Force of Kelra.
Yeah, I also like the more counter-punch approach that Twisted Minds is going for here, playing around the Nether Realm. Just continue that. They're not completely in the red. It's only 2,000 of a gold lead for Onyx Philippines at this point. They can definitely turn something around, but what hurts is they're losing that push up top. They need to send the Hayabusa to push there. So the 4 that's going to be left around the
Gamasok, gamasok upper, guys.
can to make sure that Onyx Philippines can't rush, which they're rushing.
Okay, they're trying to rush the Lord. Brusko goes in for the
Brusko!
early engage as well. There's the early engage for Onyx, but Brusko is going to fall down. James leading the charge for Twisted Minds.
Very early for Brusko.
Yeah. That was not what they wanted to do. He also had to burn the flicker.
Daddy!
So, Philippines might adjust it. Even down Brusko, it looks like they'll just go ahead and keep putting pressure. They know the purple buff's going to be up shortly too. King Kong will focus on that. So this is actually a window of opportunity that Twisted Minds could take advantage of. Oh, narrow.
Oh, they have to play this right, though. They cannot bait out the Nether Realm.
Ooh. King Kong knows he's there. They have the information.
Oh, they're going for it.
Nice, bro!
King!
2 abyssal arrows
Nice,
from the
guys!
to completely break and twist the formation of Twisted Minds.
Nice,
to
nice,
set it
nice,
up
nice,
for
nice,
King
nice, nice.
Kong.
Did I not say Super Prince will provide the vision in that? I mean, that whole exchange came
tergantung
from
siapa yang
Super
ulti
Prince
duluan.
scouting them out, giving the information,
Kalau
especially
Ling ulti
King
duluan,
Kong, to swoop on
oh kalau
in
Hayabusa
and
ulti
clean
terus
up the
Ling ulti,
kills.
yang menang siapa?
And now with that, again, it's a swing in favor for Onyx Philippines. The base
Daddy,
turrets
come
are
on,
in trouble
Daddy.
here for Twisted Minds.
I mean, if you can recall,
You can
how
do it,
Super Prince
Daddy.
picked the
Show
Selena
your
early in the season,
power.
it was actually his
Badang
decision.
powerful. You're
His recommendation
powerful,
to the coach
Badang.
to let him play the Selena, and now he's showing why he wants to use the Selena.
My goodness, 2 arrows, and we're where we are right now. Onyx pushing into the base, Twisted Minds losing ground, losing gold. Heartbreaking for Twisted Minds, but for Onyx Philippines, that was just damn good MLBB.
Even in the base, playing the dodging game, just dodging these arrows. A conceal is going to be used. Brusko goes up the front side again. Just wants to get this turret down. They still hold on to it, though. So Twisted Minds, both turrets 1 hit away. King Kong will clean up the top one. And now Wave's still pushing in. We'll see if they clear this out completely. This is the discipline that we've seen.
Ulti Ling tetap lanjut, Haya berhenti. Berarti Ling yang
like this. They're very
menang ya,
calculated.
harusnya.
They know
Ya
they
nggak
can
sih?
play around Super Prince.
They will fight.
Really wanted to force it. Brusko as well, as that flicker is up.
That-
Brusko!
Daddy.
The combo though, but he's gonna
No
fall down. That was
combo.
the trade. They were able to take down the inhibitor.
Oh,
They were going for more.
no.
Another tsunami slam committed onto Kirk. He was able to cast the
Oh,
ultimate, but he's gonna fall down in
no.
the hands of Twisted Minds. 2 members down for Onyx.
Let's see if Twisted Minds can get more. King Kong has to run away. 3 members of Onyx left of the map but the map state does not look good for Twisted Minds. Yeah, they can't even get a clean push down the middle of the map. The side lanes are not going to be good, despite Onyx Philippines losing 2. They took down all the towers. Let's see if Twisted can convert. It's going to be a difficult conversion, though.
Yeah.
It's like when you saw that and we mentioned, well, Brusko can start it too, and he gets taken out.
Daddy.
In a way,
Yes,
you're
Daddy.
wondering, is it worth it? Was that worth the fact that Brusko and then eventually Kirk went down? It will be if Twisted Minds can get some of these
Nice.
turrets down, so they will get mid tier 1. They're managing the pushing happening on the other side of the map. This might be a little window for them, a little win, if you will, for Twisted Minds, but they have so much ground to cover. And it still doesn't solve the issue of once this Lord is up,
Yang penting hanya
are
ada
they
punya skill
actually, is
2
it
karena
questionable to
mau nggak
say,
punya skill
can they
2
actually
karena
go in
bisa
a
mainnya
team
pakai
fight
skill 2.
against Onyx Philippines?
Yeah, considering the fact that there's constant pressure also from Onyx to try and divide Twisted Minds. And they, of course, for Twisted Minds, they want to group up and make use of that Nether Realm. So now, Twisted Minds, it's going to take a miracle for them to come back or even just steal away the Lord. 'Cause
so
Onyx,
scary.
They can play this systematically.
Yeah.
We are now in HLG, hella late game, as the 2 gold laners are now barefoot. They both sold their boots, bro. It's all damage items.
Is that a regular abbreviation?
No,
or-
this is my my addition to the abbreviation dictionary.
All right.
I'm one of the few ones to, send submissions. That's my first one. Hopefully, it gets
Okay.
accepted.
Hopefully. Who's the deciding factor of
I
that?
believe it's Leo
Is
and
it Leo?
Mirko.
Okay.
Mostly Leo, because he's the one who started the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think.
Leo's Mr. Abbreviation Man. Right now, the Lord is up, though.
Minions.
James gonna go in forward.
Okay, Twisted Minds forced to fight. Minions are there for
Nice, Daddy! Let's go, Daddy!
Connects with the flicker.
Oh,
This
an
flicker
arrow.
track combo to bring down James. The arrow connects onto Escalera. King
Nice.
just playing with his prey.
Oh, look at Super Prince, guys. What the hell?
From the back
What
as
the
well.
hell?
Bringing down bodies for the side of Twisted Minds. And a 4-kill swing for Onyx. MP the King trying to delay, but Onyx says
What was that?
2-0.
Super Prince.
Man,
What the hell, bro?
Then, Twisted
Abbreviation.
flicker.
Oh,
This
an
flicker
arrow.
track
I really
combo
want
bring
to
down
see how Super
behind the
Prince
Brusko
play this game.
again. Connects with the
Arrow?
flicker.
Oh,
Arrow
they
track
got
combo to
it
bring down James.
to
The
the
arrow connects
Scarlet
onto
and
Escalera.
hear
King
that.
just playing with
Oh
his
my god,
prey.
look at Super
Forced down the
Prince,
Nether
bro.
Realm. Tempest and Blades will connect. Kelver from the back as well. They're just bringing down bodies.
Have
for
I
the
ever
side of
told you
Twisted
guys that I
Minds.
told
And a
Brusko
4-kill
that
swing for Onyx. MP the King trying to delay.
Super Prince
but
is my
Onyx
idol?
says,
chase down the members of
Since
Twisted Minds.
he
It was
is
so
a mid
systematic.
laner,
There's
you
always an
know.
abyssal arrow
I am
flying
also
into
a
the
mid
back,
laner.
threatening the back line. The
So yeah,
members
he
of
is
Onyx
my
Philippines
idol.
Go forward. That was crazy.
That was crazy, and I know the panel is going to highlight that too, because the way that Super Prince was playing those angles and just throwing out those arrows at the end were perfect. Again, a dominant, strong game.
Crazy
Broncos
Super
has
Prince.
something to say about this one.
Crazy, 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 crazy.
For me, so that we get to that point where it was just
Who is the MVP?
It felt like they were like hindering their
Kara.
that last one.
I think it's
Super Prince
Kara.
could do no wrong in this game.
And to think that we didn't see much from him during the first few minutes of the game, but towards the latter portions of the game, it felt like he has been the highlight of majority of the plays which took place, especially towards the HLG as mentioned.
HLG.
I personally am approving the HLG, although I'm not
Let's
part of
text
the
Brusko.
It sounds great. And that was a surprise for us because, again, Twisted Minds
Yeah, I told
had
you,
such
it's
great
Kara.
hold of the first few minutes of the game.
That was actually really fun to watch for me. Personally, seeing the back and forth at least
Yeah.
for, it was a Faramis lineup trying very hard to uber it up
Yeah.
as much as they could, try to withstand that onslaught. But in the end, Kelra really came out on top with that MVP.
GG,
His
Kara.
talent really shown and really gave the damage that Onyx needed to close out that game.
Yeah, honestly, Keller felt like he went unnoticed for majority of the game, and until that
GG,
one moment
GG,
where they
Kara.
had a team fight
Kara-
where he was just
Kara
too
is
free to
The
deal
real
the
gold
damage.
standard.
It felt
He's
like
not,
Kellera
he's not
served
even a standard.
as a great way for all.
How can people follow his gameplay, guys? He's not a standard. Obviously. Brusko lagi kurang baik mainnya kayu gara-gara aku nggak di sana, guys. Coba aku di sana. Mungkin dia main lebih bagus. Belum kelar, guys. How are you, Miss Ayu? I'm good, thank you. Brusko Grand Final datang nggak? Datang dong. Aku juga nggak bisa banget guys main Selena tuh susah banget. Aku udah diajarin sama Dedi Brusko, nggak bisa juga. Hi Ray, Belar. I'm fine Misaki, how about you? Kalau Brusko masuk GF datang ke PH nggak kayak? Datang. Yang penting Haya jangan I hope it's 3-0 guys. Because at 5 p.m. I have a schedule. I have to go to RRQ studio and I will be live streaming in RRQ channel. Hayu Brusko datang ke wedding Scalar. Nggak tahu guys. Karena jadwal di PH sama Indo tuh beda gitu. Jadi harus nunggu dia, harus lihat jadwal dia bisa apa enggak. Tapi katanya sih kalau misalkan libur dia bakal datang guys. I thought you were going to Philippines. I will go to Philippines guys. But not today. I will go to Philippines tomorrow night. So I will arrive in Philippines on 31 May, I think. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. I will arrive in Philippines on 30 May. I hope Onyx PH win today and also they can win tomorrow. So I still can watch them in playoff on stage. Iya, ini game 3 guys. Onyx PH udah menang 2. Tipikal anak yang jauh dari orang tua, maksudnya jauh dari orang tua dulu gimana ya? Aku udah cek Wikipedia. Brand pernah menang guys. Brand esports dia awalnya dari lower bracket. Tapi sebenarnya itu nggak bisa dihitung lower bracket sih guys. Kayak lower bracket ini masih belum lower bracket. Lower bracket tuh nanti. Ya kan masih ada upper terus lower kan. Terus nanti besok itu penentuan si Brusko bakal lanjut di upper apa di lower gitu. Predik RRQ nanti ketemu siapa antara Betar sama AE. I think Bigetron guys. I don't know. Aku feelingnya BTR sih. Feeling aku aja ya. Kalau ada niatan di otak bakalan putus nggak gitu, main sekarang nggak ada. Nggak ada lagi guys. Nggak tahu. Sayang aja soalnya. When you come to Philippines, make a vlog with Brusko. Of course, I will make a vlog with him. Guys, I'm also lucky because Brusko is my boyfriend. Hi, Janelle. Have you seen how good Onyx Indonesia become? Because of coachship. Yeah. Their gameplay suddenly really, really good now, guys. Alter Ego versus BTR Battle of Inconsistency. The consistent one is RRQ guys. Yeah. When you're posting next vlog when I go to Philippines guys. Hi Pauski, I'm fine. How about you? Tapi di PH brand esports pernah dari lower bracket guys. You love my relationship with Brusko? Derby STM, iya lagi mereka perang mulu ya. Hello, hi Francie. Tapi Geek Fam juga kuat banget ya sekarang guys. Aku masih nggak tahu sih. Tapi RRQ harusnya melaju terus ya kalau konsisten. RRQ Geek only climbing ladder. Alter Ego BTR climbing roller coaster. How about Liquid guys? I love you too, Francie. Oopsie. Where do you live? Where do you live? Yeah, where do you live? In Manila or in Baguio or in Pangasinan? Because I will go to Manila because I want to see Brusko on stage, guys. Bismillah. Onik PH. ID win MPL. Bismillah Onik PH dan RRQ win MPL season 15. Amin. Oh, you live in Iraq, Misaki. Are you an Iraqi person? Like you are legit Iraq? Not Pinoy, not Indonesian? PH nggak kak? Ke-PH dong. I'm going to Philippines tomorrow, guys. I will arrive 30 May. Oh, you are Iraqi. How can you find me? Tatang Sundara, you are from Cambodia, but are you a Cambodian? No, lu Tatang anjing ya lo orang Indo babi. I always watch your vlogs because I'm so happy and my face are blushing because of you and Brusko. So cute. Yeah, I'm also blushing because of him. Hi Poate, please shout out. Hello, Rudalyn Longayao. Di Irak ada wibu juga ya, masa nggak ada sih? Nice, are you gonna vlog? Of course, I will be making a vlog in Philippines, guys. On TikTok. Oh, how? I mean, are you into Mobile Legends or something, Misaki? Packingnya dikit lagi sih guys. Buat baju udah. Cuman kayak buat stuff lainnya masih belum. I will send you pictures, Mom Ayu. What kind of pictures? We're going to quiz on tomorrow. What is that? What is quiz on? Yay, Brusko win. Yeah, just hope that he can win the third game also. I haven't texted Brusko, guys. Oh my god. I need to text him. Okay. Yes, I follow the Indonesian and Philippines Mobile Legends because they play very well. Is Mobile Legends popular in Iraq or no? Ajarin bahasa Pinoy kayo. Aduh jangan, yang aku bisa cuman bahasa kasarnya doang guys. You saw me and Brusko couple designs? What? What kind of designs? Ate, itu artinya sister doang atau khusus ke cewek yang lebih tua? Cewek yang lebih tua? Kayak Ate Ayu, they call me kayak Kak Ayu gitu. Thank you, Af. Halo, Af. Kamu nanya dong kalau masuk ke stage playoff nonton di seat mythic, pas mau masuk ke dalam velodrome bawa tas bakal dicek nggak sih isi tasnya? Of course, Devano. Bakal dicek. Gila ya, masa nggak dicek, Devano? Serem tahu kalau misalkan ada orang ternyata bawa sajam, bawa bom gitu gimana? By the way, how old are you and Brusko? I am 22, Brusko 21. Cute designs when you support him in competitions. I don't understand. What do you mean cute designs? Can you make a 3 poses? Yes, I can. First pose. Second pose. Fifth pose. Fifth, third pose. Bayat tayo, big friend from Cambodia, bohong banget lo tatang lo orang Indo ya anjir. Iya isinya sih buku, soalnya kan abis pulang kuliah langsung nonton match RRQ semifinal. Gak apa-apa kalau buku mah gak masalah guys. Udah selesai, belum, lagi nunggu game 3 guys. Kalau untuk penukaran tiketnya itu wajib di print apa bisa scan PDF? Scan PDF sih guys biasanya. Kalian nggak usah ngeprint lagi. Wait guys. Oke. Wait guys, sorry ya. Oke. Shut up, cairaku. Ntar habis kayak gitu bakal dikasih apa dari sananya kak? Bakal dikasih tiket, kayak tiket gelang gitu loh. Sorry banyak nanya nih kak, soalnya baru pertama kali nonton ke stage MPL. Semangat ya, masih seru banget loh. Sangat beda vibes-nya sama kamu nonton di TV. Iya aku udah ban, MOD aku udah pada nggak ada loh Coki. Halo Jajak Kulen. I think they will start the match
What you
in a
typically see
minute,
from
guys.
Team Flash, maybe like that's probably the extreme version of it, right? But Haji's just that kind of player. He's just really flexible. He knows how to play multiple roles, and history shows just how much he's been through. So it's really now that we're looking to see that mindset, that experience come into play together with Twisted Minds.
And I really hope they manage to use it here because we are on to the draft. Game number 3. This is match point.
This is a match point, guys. That's right. This is a match point. I hope they
One
can
more,
win.
And they will be joining us tomorrow. And now, of course, joining us is going to be Renmar Santa Cruz all the way from the land down under our stage.
Hi, so I
To
actually
visit
have a
to
problem
Nagaland.
with
What is
a
Nagaland,
questionable
guys?
purchase with my credit. Wait, this
Tapi
is
kata
PPI
teman
customer
aku emang yang signific dibatasin
Oh,
ya.
Oh my
Untuk bisa duduk paling depan dekat BA Talent katanya harus HP Samsung baru bisa, bener kah? Iya deh kayaknya guys. Aku juga kurang tahu sih kalau itu.
Now we know he has credit cards.
Nonton dapat snacks gak kayu, nggak dapat sayang, nggak boleh makan di dalam bahkan.
They usually solve all my problems.
Yeah, there's number 1.
They
Oh my
will
goodness,
always
it's the exact-
ban
we're almost the exact same draft, except the Kalea right now won't be a first pick
Fanny,
for Twisted
Harit,
Minds.
and Kalea.
Wow, that's them going.
And
we're
they
not gonna
always
play
ban
the Kalea.
Baksha.
We won't let
Why?
you
Why
have
they
it.
always ban
We'll pick
Baksha?
up the
Is Baksha really
signature
really
pick
powerful
of
now?
King Kong instead. I mean, he's allowed the joy, so he'll
Kayu mau
trade
nanya
active.
gimana
Hayabusa still
caranya jadi
available
member
for
di
him. He
YouTube
already
kakak.
showed that he can still play
Aku
the
juga
lane
nggak tahu
really
lagi guys.
well.
Biasanya kalau
There's so
kamu
many options still available for him.
nonton gitu,
Is it still gonna be the Badam
suka
though?
ada
Like, they've been very
tulisan member
consistent
gitu
in
sih.
terms of picking it up.
Kayak ada tulisan join tuh,
I
terus
mean,
kamu
it's
klik
really a
join.
flex pick. So,
Nah itu membership guys.
wait,
Wait a second.
wait a second.
There it is.
Why
There's
did this?
Badang.
Why did this show up just now?
Loyi, right?
Brusko always choose
Trying to rack the
Badang.
brain. This was banned out maybe once earlier.
Thanks kayaknya info
Otherwise, I feel like
sama-sama.
it was open.
I believe it was I'm gonna have to double check. I think it was actually
Yeah.
banned both games.
Oh, was it banned?
Brusko,
Okay,
3 games.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
the
He
one in
always use
Kalea's
Badang
slot.
guys.
Yeah,
Right,
it was banned both games, and now with the Kalea ban, it opened up the Loyi for Super Friends. So Twisted Minds decided to do this.
Right, this is very specific, and I actually feel like they are gonna keep picking the
Yep.
Badang all playoffs long.
Yeah. Do they
Guys,
pick up the
membership.
Ranger
Karena
here?
di sini
I
yang
think-
membership
I know
baru
for a fact
Coki
that the
doang.
Ranger no longer gets to reveal the opponent.
Iping mana? Udah nggak ada Iping, ada Iblis sekarang guys.
To them, since they might want to get the range,
Oh,
but
they take
decide to
Moskov,
opt for
guys.
The Moskov
Yeah.
and the Phobius.
Yeah, it has to be
Who
the
will
Moskov
carry
in this
up?
regard. You have the Joy
Pick,
with
guys.
you. It'll be difficult to play up against the Moskov. Just to be safe, pick up the Moskov with you to pair it up with the Joy.
And I really liked it because this is a big.
I think
a
aku
bit
mau
of a-
beliin Brusko boneka deh.
This Twisted Mind basically going
Apa
back
yang
to
habis?
DNA.
Oh.
This is a lineup that, all right, I don't think we're doing the pickoffs properly right now. Let's go ahead
Hello,
and lock in these
Mikai.
heroes that will work very well when they play together.
Ayu, who is your
And,
second favorite
yeah,
in
they're sticking
Onyx?
with what they know. Nothing too crazy from Twisted,
Second
which is
favorite
a bit
in terms
a
of
Yeah.
what?
letdown for me personally, but if this is what
I don't
it
have
takes
any
for them,
favorites guys.
and this is what they
Everyone
think
is
will
the
work,
same
I'm all for it.
for me.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like they've been really
They are all
working
nice.
on mastering the
Hi,
way they
Evelyn.
pull
Beatrix
this entire
Agus.
lineup off, or this entire strategy off, but this is so cool, wait.
The
Ooh,
biggest banners we've seen in MPL.
solid.
Oh my goodness.
Hello,
Thank
hello.
you so much to our team for
Kereax.
capturing that angle.
Hello, Junel. Junel Suai Bagio.
Come on, right.
Kok dinamain iblis sih kan? Itu apa? Karena itu aku mendapatkannya dengan penuh rasa blissful guys.
Okay, so gold lane is going to be the focus here. Twisted trying to get that gold lane leverage. Gold lane picks might also include the Bruno in this sense.
Yeah, the Kimmy's still there.
They ban
Still
one
there,
one.
yeah.
Although we did see how
Who will
Joy
Kara
answers back
pick?
Kimmy every now and then. So, in terms of the gold lane,
Still so many options.
Hello,
available.
Jamila Po.
They might actually go down
Dory,
the magic
nanya
route
ka,
for
apa,
the
Dory?
top laner, with the
Nanya
fact
apa,
that
sayang?
Kimmy is available. That's
Oh,
that
they
might be a
ban.
big
They
blow for
also
him, because
ban
if they
Cho.
don't go
Why?
for
Why they
the
always ban
magic
Cho?
damage dealing gold laner, they're just gonna be overloaded with physical, and it's gonna be the low Yi as their main source of magic. Unless, of course, they shift things up. And they pick up an EXP laner that also deals magic, but that's really just what? Esmeralda and Edith in the options available. Clue isn't really damage dealing when we think about him.
Masa main bersih doang nggak bisa sih?
He's there, yeah, he provides some magic damage, but he's not a magic damage.
Nggak ada lagi, nggak tahu deh, nggak ngerti di belah mananya. Yo, you're pretty. Are you Brusko so lucky? I'm also lucky. He's handsome and a nice man.
But I'm gonna be a bit busy, you know, setting up. So.
Yeah, and that's
Clean.
the trend so far for like all Philippines and their frontliners. But they pick up a Clint. Interesting pickup.
Clint.
Not too surprising for Kelra, you know, but like at least for day number 1 of the playoffs.
I like Guinevere. It's a very... Escalair's been trying to make this work all season long.
Yes.
Honestly. And it has had its moments.
Yeah.
Iya, emang nggak ada kali Coki, biarin aja.
To go with a Kimmy anymore. And what's their last pick?
Oh, Zara dari Malaysia. Oh, you are from Malaysia. I don't know. Maybe because we are from a different country, jadi nggak ada. Nanti pas semifinal, teman-teman pada datang nggak? Tergantung guys dapat tiket apa enggak sih sebenarnya. Kayaknya sih.
Oh, that's another one that deals good magic damage. They go for the Gacha up against the Farsa, so they still go down that route. Good balance. I like the Clint pick. However, Twisted Minds has a great answer with the
Kayaknya datang ya, cuma aku nggak tahu bakal kebagian apa enggak. Jujur, aku aja nggak tahu bakal kebagian apa enggak. Coki gila ya, selalu mencari celah, Cok. I'm so excited to your vlog with Brusko. Yeah, just wait. Who like each other first, Brusko or you? Brusko.
Sort of threat for the Farsa and for it to not be as free in terms of just throwing out the feathered airstrikes, because that's going to be
Let's go.
Just might later on if ever they're unable to do that with Haji on this Farsa.
That's right. So overall, if this is the biggest surprise that Twisted can do, by the way, just a reminder, this is do or die.
Shout out
Twisted
lots.
right
Hello,
now.
anak ka
They win this
ngayon.
match. Onyx is the one going tomorrow. We will
Let's
see
go.
if there is
Please
gonna
win,
be some
please win,
fight in
please
this
win.
Twisted
3-0,
Minds
please.
lineup. Let's throw it over to our casters to give us or take us into the game.
And we'll take you right into the game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 upon us. It's match point right now for Onyx Philippines. Can Twisted Minds hold on
RRQ
to the
Nicole.
chances of moving on? They need a win here desperately to stay in the series. Once again, it's me, Naisu, Ingan, and Renmar to bring you the action in this game as mid lane.
RRQ
There's already
Nicole.
seeing some early poking happening here.
Okay.
What do we think of the
Yang mana,
lineups
guys?
that are presented by both teams
RRQ
for us,
Nicole.
Ingan?
Ada nama ini ya, nggak nama stage-nya
In
gitu.
the picture for sure will be able to dominate the
Kaku
early stages of the
waifu.
laning phase, so they're gonna have to watch out for that and for Twisted Minds to be able to hold
Selesai
on
match ini off
long
ka iya
enough
deh kayaknya.
for
Aku mau
everything in
langsung ke
HGZ
studio
to
RRQ
eventually
guys.
scale up.
Twisted Minds, you see outplayed, struggling in lane against Keller, who decided to play very aggressively. Brusko supplementing King Kong's invades.
Can you teach us Indonesian words?
Making rotation for Escalera a little bit
Aku
difficult.
cinta
Onyx isn't giving
kamu.
easy time here for Twisted Minds. They
That
know
means
they
I
have
love you.
Twisted,
Aku
with their backs up against
cinta
the corner,
kamu.
and they really just want to
Kalau ketemu
end this
Bibi,
series
salamin
right here. If you give Twisted some
Mbak
win,
Iya, nanti aku salamin
then
Coki.
Onyx wouldn't want that.
Halo
Renmar, I'm
Anthony
gonna ask you,
Tony.
'cause I feel like you're the one that usually gets excited when the Clint gets picked up. You know, I feel like I haven't heard enough yeehaws. And
Mau ngapain Kak? Aku mau live stream guys. Jangan lupa nonton ya nanti ya. Live stream jam
Why
6.
does Kelra go ahead and lock this in? How is this going to
Did
give
you
him
watch
an
Brusko in
advantage? Is it
PH?
in the lane, or
I
is
will
it
watch
just kind
Brusko in
of as the
PH.
game progresses here in the way that they've been playing throughout the series?
I think this is something that we see from teams in MPL Philippines for the first in the play-in round of the playoffs. You want to see them try stretch the capabilities of the meta. So Onyx Philippines, I feel like this is one of those picks where let's see how the Clint will work. This is Keller going in here thinking, okay, I can use him to dominate up against the Moskov in lane.
Kumikinang-kinang
When it comes a
mata
little
mo,
bit later,
ayo,
the
hey,
fights, yeah,
that's-
he'll have
that's
a lot
not
to
a good
deal
word,
with. They
right?
pick this Clint knowing that the Farsa is still open, but they
Okay,
have
okay,
full
okay,
faith
okay,
that the
now.
presence of the Gata
If you get married, when will you get married? In the Philippines or in Indo? I don't know, guys.
left
we
untouched because
we
Onyx Philippines have a
haven't
very strong
talked
dive
about that.
forward lineup, which means that the Clint
Oh.
could be untouchable.
Early pokes
Okay.
on Escalera forced out the flicker already, plus spatial migration. Meanwhile, James on the chase onto
Nice.
King Kong, but King Kong
Nice,
still secures
Kirk.
the turtle, plus a combo onto Brusko.
Oh, no-
Kirk
no one's-
trying to catch
no one's
Empty the King
died.
diversion play.
I think James
They're gonna
will
go to
be.
the purple
Oh
box.
no, King Kong!
James!
Whoa!
Okay, up against 3, was able to take down 1. Paired up with the Revitalize, he's able to go for more against Kirk and Brusko
No.
out of nowhere.
What happened to...
Did you know
What did
Baguio?
James
Of course
do?
I know
Well, he
Baguio
took
is.
like, I assume what is a 380-pound muscled man.
It's not a bad word.
and just
What does that
jumped
mean?
on that
Kaniyo
ninja.
makan kayo. Hay na masaya
It's that
uy.
simple.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Keren
This
atar.
is what Phovis is built for. Even early on in the game, especially when the other team doesn't have a lot of items, you can bully 2v1, 3v1 as the Phovius. There's almost always
Sparking
going to
search
be a
on
trade if
Google
you're not
Translate.
careful.
Not a bad word.
I'd be
I'm
pretty
sorry,
scared,
Jimmy.
guy.
I thought
That's-
it was a
What is
bad
it? He's
word.
got- what- I don't even know what the weapon is. It's like a...
It's literally, I think, a piece
Is it an
of a tower.
Like an obelisk or
It's like a-
something? Like,
yeah, an obelisk.
Is that how you say it? Obelisk?
Yes.
Obelisk? I'm playing the wrong game here, man.
Monolith. It's a big
Is it
rock.
not obliques?
It's not that.
Is
That's
that
a
different?
muscle
That's a
group.
muscle
Oh,
group.
I'm sorry.
He's pretty
Phovis still,
muscly, though.
yeah, he does have hella obliques though.
he does.
I'm pretty sure Ingan is already imagining a cosplay of Naisu as Phovius.
Ah.
In all of his shirtless glory.
Let's not exposing on
What?
You know? At least keep it together on day 1. So they find themselves
Suddenly,
at a pretty much a
blackout.
standstill for now. They're going to go ahead and take their time. Again, we're still 30 seconds away from the next turtle coming up, and it was Onyx Philippines that got the last one. So now we'll see how they rotate based
Oh
off
my
this
God.
early game. Again, outplayed.
I am
Has to just farm up. He's going to be able to go ahead and
scared.
put pressure on later on. So
I
really,
am
it's just up to how they
scared.
rotate against each other here. Turtles
Almost
coming up.
5
James
minutes.
is
Only
exactly
one
where it needs to
kills,
be.
guys.
And so we'll see. Again, how often have we seen teams before ban out the Luyi against Super
I'm
Friends?
nervous.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too,
really
Miss
cool because now
Athlete.
you're seeing Twisted
I'm
Minds.
also
They want to
nervous
spend a
right
lot of
now.
time together and they're checking shrubs while doing it. While Onyx Philippines went from a 2-3 split
Yeah.
into a 4-1 into a 1-3-1 all in one go just to find an opening across the map in different parts of the map as well. So Onyx Philippines, again,
Confused
this
is
is
so
just them
annoying,
showing off
guys.
their flexible rotation style very well, checking things, which leads them to this. Now they have info where the turtle is. Twisted Minds, yes. They've gotten here first, but Onyx Philippines know that, okay, we need to allow Twisted Minds to go first because they need King Kong to get in his buff. Now that he'll be in a better set, this still could go good for Twisted Minds if, and only if, outplayed, hits that Spear of Destruction.
Yeah, and not to mention Escalera also with his combo. And he needs to set his eyes onto King Kong and even force out the Purify of Super Friends because so far Onyx has been controlling.
Oh, no!
The migration! This is the combo we're waiting for! King Kong! Obliterated by Twisted Minds. Brusko is the next target in a double kill for Escalera.
Damn good
Bro.
read for the Magician. 2 kills, he got
Oh my
the pick to
God.
start things off, and everything that Onyx Philippines
Escalera
did
knows
to
where
dance and
is
jockey
King
for
Kong,
position,
guys.
taken away in an
And he
instant by
can go
Escalera.
anywhere.
As soon as
He already
it
died 2
happened.
times.
And that's exactly what
That's not
Escalera
a
needed
good
to do. The
start.
fact that he got the 2 kills off of that are going to help him go ahead and scale up a little bit nicer.
You're
Here on
sure?
this Guinevere, you can already see
There's
some of the
no
items
one?
coming into play. The first
Oh,
items are locked
oh,
in.
look at the damage.
And that's going to be crucial. And for Onyx Philippines, you know, the farming has been happening in the
Tama,
the
North
Golden.
Kapas
You already
ka,
got the
bisa.
endless battle there
Hindi
for
ako
Calma, but even
nagpapangga.
on the other side, Corso Scythe working
Ang
still
tawis,
on the
no?
next for Outplayed.
Kaya.
And so Gold Laners are just going to do their things, man. But
Dami ng
I feel
kapit
like
juga di
Onyx,
pinaka.
when it comes
Kaya
down
hangir.
to
Di mo nika,
the
Cho.
4v4 without the Gold Laners,
Di mo nika nga.
they
Mungkin
have
juga
to be
kasi
so
di pinaka
crucial
ko
on
pa.
avoiding whatever Escalera decides
Masa
to
di
go
pa mo
for. And then
tinggalan dyan?
on top of that, it's like, how do we even get through James? The front line for
Para
them.
kagat ka mga
because there's just so
Asia.
much burst
Kung
potential
nonton di
magic-wise
livestream ako,
between
mamagin di
MP and
pasti.
Hajizi.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
And not to
3-0.
mention if
Hey,
Brusko misses
Onik, Onik, Onik.
even Kirk with the
Onik.
AOG is going to be hard for
Onik.
Onyx to continue out the battle.
Onik PH.
Especially if it's
Please.
a long
Get up.
fight. But even if, for some reason, even if it reaches the late game, despite the Twisted Minds having outplayed, again, they can utilize, Onyx can utilize the fact that they have a Luyi and Hayabusa and just play around the macro once again.
Look at the reach on that cowboy.
He's got the gun now.
He's got a beloved gun too, so
Got my gun.
it's gonna be even harder.
It's gonna be even harder. I got the range now.
Yeah. So,
Are you shut up from Philippines? Hello on
so
Sport
Twisted
PH.
Minds really needs
Hello.
to start helping outplayed, man.
Okay.
All right, we'll see if they're able to do that. They're getting
Tayo
in
mga
position
kanikandi
for
ka
this next
ma-let.
objective
Of
to
course
come
dong,
up.
masa nga
20
datang
seconds
si,
away from them. They're going
guys.
to do a little swap Rooney down too.
Jadi
Kelroy
Brusko dapat
goes
piala
down to
masih
push
bisa
down
dilamar kan nih
the
Mami Ayu.
bottom lane to set things up.
Ada,
So this is it.
mikirnya udah
You get the
dilamar-lamar aja
objective
nih.
here. We'll see if they can
Terus
take
semoga
the
aja
turtle
nular
from it.
ya.
From Twisted Minds, but so far I will say
Yang
Twisted
baik-baik
Minds has
nular.
been playing around their composition really well.
Kalau
And
kakak nikah sama
leaves
Brusko, siapa
Onyx
yang pindah
Philippines
negara?
kind of guessing here. James has
Atau
been the
jadi
guy to
Onyx
give them that
PHL
vision
lah.
as well. So Turtles up
Yang
with,
pindah negara,
I don't know, they're
nggak
just gonna
tahu
blitz
guys.
this, man. They have
Masih
all
belum
the
ngobrolin
damage
sampai
they
sana
need.
sih.
They know Outplayed's
Tapi
up top.
dia
We'll see
pengennya
if
ke
they fight
Indo
for it.
sebenarnya.
Might
Oh,
go
wait,
for
wait.
it. Okay,
Kirk,
Escalera trying
beware.
to work on Kirk. Gonna be a retribution battle. MP the King secures it. AOG is gonna connect with Brusko as the first man down. And a counterplay though, James got caught there as Onyx forcing Twisted Minds to retreat, but MP the King gets the turtle.
Yeah, if the timing of the Unbreakable by the Gata Kacha was just a second later, then
Yeah.
he would have caught MP the King also, but no, he couldn't. Let's
Oh,
go!
good combo there. SOD is also gonna connect. Meanwhile, MP the King with an electrifying bait immediately obliterated 3. Twisted Minds
Not a good start,
turning things
you
to their
know.
favor.
Oh no, King
It's
Kong.
not even a
Be
start.
next.
Oh my god, he will be dead. He will die. Oh no, guys, what the what happened?
That pierces through King Kong. Brusko catches MP the King. Good combo there, but MP the King slithers away.
A miserable time for the Super Fam. The Spear of Mystery by Outplayed. Perfect. A two-man stun after he entered with the SOD. Able to catch Super Prince, and I believe that was Keller.
They can
as
only kill
well.
one.
Twisted. They have turned it up in an instant after again a surprise initiation by Escalera.
I'll be
So
watching in the
far, it's
final
been
if Onyx
him
make it,
leading the charge and
inshallah.
setting up the
Ah.
potential game-winning MVP.
I'll see you
plays.
there
Again,
then.
this is what you just
Who is
talked about.
Brusko idol in
Great
Mobile
usage of
Legends?
the Spirit of
I
Misery
don't
too,
know
as
this.
Outplayed
I never
shows up.
asked him that.
And
Maybe
they're just
later I will
gone.
ask him.
In an instant, I'm actually
Oh,
so
Honey
surprised how
Kong
that
was-
played a part too, and then King Kong, of course, has to deal with it as
GG.
well. So that's a massive swing.
Oh my
now for
God.
Outplayed
Ah.
in general. But you know, like you mentioned, Escalera doing so great, and it's not often that you see the Guinevere, you know, come up to play, and this has been the story of Twisted Minds all throughout the regular season. The draft is what people wanted to see. And yeah, maybe they didn't have all the points that they wanted to. Sometimes they fell short, but they were the team that was always trying to really twist the draft, trying to go ahead and push the limits of whatever meta we were currently in, because we've had quite a bit of changes throughout this season just alone. And you throw in a Guinevere there, who we've seen pop up before. Oh, Brusko.
Nice,
Oh,
nice, nice,
Brusko.
nice. Nice, Daddy!
Immediately burst down, outplayed Escalera, caught in the crossfire there, has to flicker out as James with a dark wave to delay the attack of Onyx, but Brusko again with a fist break, trying to work on Escalera, but a major kill for Onyx Philippines.
What a read by Brusko and Onyx to find another diversion just to get here to the Lord in a better position, stopping Twisted Minds and their chances of potentially contesting this healthily.
Okay, a 5v2. Escalera still not in the picture. Hajizi already used up the feathered airstrike. King Kong quite low. Good, the dark wave there from James goes in with the internal pursuit, dealing a lot of damage, but he's gonna fall down. MP the King manages to get one.
Nice one.
With the trade
Nice,
after
guys.
trade for both of these teams.
But guys, please. Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God.
The Lord, though, Onyx Philippines not able to just secure it just yet. They
Beware
might
of
get it back
Escalera,
up. They have
King
to go try to
Kong.
Reset,
Yeah.
get Kirk back into the fight. He had to use a Revitalize earlier on. So Escalera and Hajizi, they're keeping tabs here.
Divo.
Super Friend's gonna go ahead and join alongside Kirk, so they might push it here.
Feathered airstrike. Escalera jumps in, but gets spotted out by
Oh,
Onyx
look.
and bursted down
Oh,
by
look at the
Keller as
damage,
King Kong
guys.
picks up the Lord.
Client damage.
Twisted Minds. They did
Who
their
is the
absolute
MVP?
best, but
Again.
Brusko, two big plays
I
in
think
that
it's
long sequence.
Kara again,
Number one,
guys.
Of course, the initial catch onto Outplayed as they were going to the Lord. Now, once you're in the Lord,
Oh, I
and Onyx
wish I
Philippines
could
started it
go
up,
too, but
it's
I
a quick
can.
Twisted
Yeah,
Minds
you
and
live
MP
far
could take
away.
it
You are
away.
in
But the
Iraq.
moment MP the King
Hello,
saw
kay
blood,
Rooney
saw
sama
so
no
many
po.
members slow, Brusko got his fist break just in time. Fist wind as well, although it should be called fist bump. Come on, it's a big fist bump. So he was able to dish out the combo just in time to make sure MP the King gets interrupted.
Okay.
Oh, timing again. Conceal's going to be used. Brusko leading the charge alongside Kirk. They want these shields down. Tier 2 is still up in the mid.
Semoga
and
Onyx
top
masuk
finally
final.
goes down
Amin,
here, too.
amin,
That
amin.
might be all they get with this Lord is that Holy Shield. The Holy
Tapi
Defense is gonna be
masalahnya
popping out
mereka
on
dapat
the
Moskov
bottom
sama
lane.
Parsha sih.
So Onyx Philippines, being down a few thousand gold, earlier on, have now just turned the tides with the recent interaction. And Brusko, man, he's been doing this all
Ito hero
series,
high
you know,
ground
he's been
banget
the
kan, guys.
Badang,
Three
he's been
Badang
doing
games.
this.
Tapi aku masih
It's
percaya
just
mereka
like,
bisa menang sih.
it's an, I don't want to say it's an easy job for him because sometimes we've seen him get caught out.
Yeah.
But it's literally what Renmar
Hello,
said earlier.
I'm from
Just
Japan.
throw
Shut up,
bodies.
Yoki. You
Like,
are
that's
from
what
Bali.
Badang does, and maybe that's why he's so buff.
Don't
But
act like you
throw
are
the
from
bodies at them,
overseas,
and you're
bro.
probably gonna force
Overseas.
a reaction or something else.
Moscow flat game, ngeri
Yeah,
banget
that's why
lagi.
he's been so good.
Yeah, guys.
Every time that the wall comes up, even if you take out one, you only catch 1% out of the wall. That's either already a -1 or one dude that you're forcing to flicker, to use a dash. All very important resources in the pro scene. And Brusko's been fantastic.
I love to sing
so far.
Sindiwara
The
Cinta by
sequences-
Republic. Ooh.
Diversion. Okay, it's not going to lead into anything too crazy. And equally, on the other side, of course, Twisted Minds, it got to this position
Ay,
because
Shiba.
Escalero's been great on this Guinevere. So it's like a roamer battle to see who could have the better set.
Okay. Gonna fight for the purple buff, but MP the King
Oh.
goes
Kirk?
in, forced to use the retribution, but now Escalera trying to work on Kirk. A good dark wave there from James, forced out the flicker. And
Nice!
Brusko!
Nice, Brusko!
The ultimate fighter for the side of Twisted Minds will fall down.
What a jump.
Man, Gatot and Badang together. What a read by Kirk, the patience. It was like, wait, have they used everything? Yeah, Kirk, go ahead, just jump in, man. And then Brusko was like, let me add him in a little bit more. I also have something with me back available right away. MP.
No!
No way!
No!
Outplayed by Castellra! Pops his Wind of Matrix working on Brusko against 3. King Kong is in the picture this time. Hajizi, he doesn't know where King Kong is, but they do have minions and the numbers. And now Twisted Minds twist it to their favor.
MP?
MP outplayed. My God! Earlier was the whole Gatot, Badang, all right, let's bruise him up. And then the Joy and the Moskov suddenly makes magic together as well. Fantastic back and forth by these two.
Oh, goodness. And that's going to get them the objective, too. What did you call the Moskov earlier on? What was he?
A spear-wielding hottie.
That was spear-wielding hottie.
I was hoping you'd forget that.
Well, we didn't. And now they remember if they missed it earlier.
Oh, man.
Wielding hot. Again, we're about to approach the 15-minute mark. What do we call that again, Renmar? After 15-minute
Friends,
mark?
ngapain? Emang ngapain
Gotta go
tadi
to
gue nggak juga nggak perhatiin lagi.
Hey, at this point, he's got his Malefic gun now, too. So
Yeah.
Outplayed is locked in. He's got some extra range to work with. He's ready for the contest against Kelra here, because Kelra had that earlier on. He's still working. What is he going to go? BOD?
Yeah, it's all about who has a longer reach.
Longer reach and more damage.
That's what it's all about. It's about the long-range pokes. I want to hurt you, but from afar.
From afar.
Oh my God, I'm
It's like
scared, bro.
sending your most hated establishment a very strongly worded letter.
Or a bad
No,
review.
I was going to say reviews. Like now, I mean, we are in 2025.
Yeah.
You want to send a letter, go ahead. But I don't know if they're going to get that. Now, the base siege. Twisted Minds. We'll see if they
Eska.
don't press it in. Kirk's in
Finds
trouble.
Kirk, but he decides to walk away as Onyx Philippines will take care of this load.
All right. Twisted Minds doing what they can to force reactions out of Onyx Philippines, especially with a feathered airstrike and, of course, Escalade. Go, yo!
Oh.
Ingan, chill, man.
Chill, Ingan.
Oh my
You just take a drink of
God.
water.
How can I chill if King Kong does something like that? Almost, though.
You're
Mau buat match
mid-drink,
panjang kah?
Didn't cast
Kalau
a
match
mini
panjang
shadow
kayaknya
because
menang
he
kiri
saw
nggak
that
sih,
there
guys?
are a lot of members for side of Twisted.
Yeah. All right. That would have been cool. Let's see if we can get another chance at that. Maybe they were just like they were stretching out the muscles to see if they were going to pull off that play, try to get the shadow and whatnot.
Halo, Shakila.
All right, well, back to it. Twisted Minds has gotten themselves the lead that they need. They should be able to go just in this next load that comes up in about a minute or so. Kind of take control of the area. You saw the Divine Glaive picked up by Hajizi now. He's been really good with the feathered airstrikes and just surviving too.
Susah
And that's always
tahu,
one of the
hayanya
advantages of having that Farsa there.
nggak
You can
snowball.
see as this game continues on though, the
Nggak
kind of
apa-apa
seeing back and
aja.
forth, it relies so much for Onyx Philippines to just choose their fights correctly. We
Even
saw how
though
much they had to go
goldnya
ahead and
King Kong
throw
paling
at
tinggi
Twisted
sih.
Minds, and then eventually it's like, okay, we could possibly surprise them with a diversion.
Yeah.
We could go ahead and utilize the Gadakacha's jump with the Avatar of the Guardian.
Yang kalah langsung pulang,
Even
guys.
Brusko. So if they run down that checklist and they run out of options there, I think that's where Twisted Minds really kind of shines. And they are able to go ahead and be quite bursty in the magic department. But then you kind of throw in the focusing mark.
Aduh, serem banget si cowok.
And why I feel like Onyx Philippines is left in check in some of these fights. Because if they get even a couple shots down with a feathered airstrike, we know how
Halo, Eun.
aggressive Hajizi is with a Farsa. that's a lot of times where they're just kind of left there being like, all right, we probably don't want to take this fight. So they don't take that diversion. They're going to conceal. Lord has started up behind with Twisted Minds, so they get in position. Brusko's going to jump in.
Okay, who's gonna initiate first? Escalera has the conceal, but gets spotted out by
Oh no, Kirk.
Now, they commit everything onto Kirk, but he has to revitalize, so Onyx was able to free hit though, and they were able to take down Kirk.
All right, Twisted Mind still has to be very careful though. They're up against a Hayabusa. They know that there's a chance that King Kong can steal this away. Already zoned out. GZ, great use of the Feathered Airstrike plus the Flicker. A bit early, but it's forced rotations out of Onyx Philippines, and Super Prince is low.
Good zone. Good zone there from James as Twisted Minds will get the Lord. Onyx concedes.
Yeah, they have.
I think
might
it's
have taken
hard
the risk,
for
but then
them to
again, it's
win
like,
in
all
this
right,
game.
we don't- Maybe we shouldn't. You know, yes, King
The
Kong
Moscow
might have been able to go ahead and swoop on in
doesn't
there and
job.
try to get that retry off, but it's better that they don't. Some key items are being picked up on here on both sides. How does this look on the defense side for Onyx Philippines, Renmar?
Oh, they do have the Loyi and the Clint with them, so as long as they watch their positioning, Twisted Minds will be receiving a lot of damage. But maybe it's like what we said in game number 1. Twisted Minds can just try and throw bodies here. The difficult
Ini
thing about
santai aja
doing
Mbak,
that
kata siapa
as this
Joki?
lineup is if
Kenapa
you're
kamu
up
yakin
against a
banget?
Padang, wherein if you're not careful, you get caught by the Padang, you're gonna get caught by the Gatakacha in turn, which means that the Loyi and the Clint are
High
both
ground
getting
mereka
set up
kuat
to
loh.
be able to do damage, and you saw just how much damage
High
Escalera
groundnya
took from a
Twisted
few hits
Minds.
from Kellera.
Oh, this is big. Escalera can just go ahead and force this even with a flicker if he wants to. So the Lord charges in. Top turret of Onyx Philippines is going to be taken out. Mid, the next focus. They got to clear out this Lord here. They're in a tight position. Oh!
Oh, miss.
They tried to make a play there, paired up with the AOG, but still they were able to work on the Lord and just lost one inhibitor turret.
That might have been enough to put enough pressure to
Yeah.
go ahead and stop more damage to the base here.
Yeah, and I think Twisted Minds can actually continue this. They can keep up the offense.
Oh, no.
Diversion, they're going to be setting Kirk.
Kirk!
Good taunt onto MP the King as MP the King work. Oh, Escalera! Immortality popped in. Brusko is the first man down. Outplay just dissing out the damage. Kirk trying to soak up the damage. Keller's gonna pick up a kill onto Escalera. A roamer for a roamer. James left behind. He still has his immortality though. As King Kong went for it. Oh!
He
Got
wants to
dodged
get
out by
immortality.
James.
Still alive. He gets away just in time. And here comes the evac helicopter.
And he held on to the immortality too. Didn't lose. He got so close there. So, given all that happened, Onyx Philippines still holds on to the one turret in the bottom lane.
Aku nonton offline di sini
with
Onyx
Twisted
win PH
Minds, the
mama,
tools that they
mabak
have,
kakak
they
aku nonton
can't
di
just
situ.
kind of blindlessly go for that base push.
This
from
kind
Onyx
of game
Philippines.
is
They have
not
to
new
continue to
for
watch out
Onyx.
for
They will
those
just
off
surprise
angles. And that's what we
us to
saw
the
Onyx
winning
Philippines
moment.
try to
Let's
utilize
see
there
later ya guys.
on the base defense. So
Wala
they
aku
find
nonton di
themselves
stage
once
bohong
again
lu,
at
jangan bohong
this
mulu.
point.
Eh,
Lord is
Joki.
coming up in 10. How do they play around this? Everyone's going to be up, but some crucial battle spells are also not available for this. So they'll kind of delay things most likely, because even on the other side, Twisted Minds doesn't have, what, 3 flickers available just yet. So it is a beefed up Lord as well. Now that we're past the 20-minute mark, so Outplayed will start it up. And Onyx Philippines gets the information. Keep an eye. There's the diversion.
A conservative diversion. I thought that Onyx Philippines would try to go for something incredibly aggressive, but they wanted to play it safe. They'd rather get the key figures in position first. Keller has to backtrack and clear the minion wave in mid. Finally has showed himself. I don't think King Kong showed up in the map of Twisted Minds just yet. Now already seen by James. Okay, they know where King Kong is. General idea. So
Look
now
at
they're both
Escalera.
jockeying for position, trying to get a better one.
Look at
While
Escalera.
Escalera, exactly, might pull off the play of the series so far. If he can get a massive conceal, knock up full Violet Requiem in, and save Twisted Minds' hope of chasing the Immortal Cup.
Immortal Cup at stake here. Escalera waiting patiently on this side of the map.
Can he
And
make some
Philippines know it.
magic?
He can. Hey,
Okay, Brusko.
Brusko's going to go up there, though. So,
Okay.
you know, Escalera, is he still going to try to make a move?
Force them back.
Oh, he's just spotted out, so they disengage from it and still. Oh, King Kong was even at half health. This might be a sign or a moment for them to go.
There's a diversion also. They're trying to send out Kellera. King Kong, they push there. MP the King
My
already
heart.
electrifying beats.
Look at the top minion wave. Someone has to clear that on the side of Onyx.
Oh, they know. They're going to send Super Friends up there.
You know.
Wave's
Oh,
pushing in. Oh!
okay. Kirk, use AOG defensively, but the minions
Kong.
though, the minions though!
The minions has spawned.
Okay, King Kong, we shadow kill, but with their crown play there from MP the King, as Twisted Minds works on the Lord, and they will successfully secure the Lord.
Such
Oh! Escalera picks up King Kong, popped his immortality. MP the King working on the back, and they were able to burst down the two junglers. Killer dishing out the damage onto James. He still has his immortality, but another pick
Oh my
another setup from
god!
Escalera.
Magic made indeed. They needed a moment. They needed something. They needed hope, and it came in the form of Escalera. Both junglers down, though. Twisted Minds. Can they end it here to force this series to go on? Can their chase for the Immortal Cup in the Champions Arena live on?
Gonna have to do it. GZ going up on the top side. Brusko, and now the force to fight.
Okay, good cancel. But the Feather Airstrike, Brusko already used up his ultimate though. Keller will be able to do it, damage Escalera here. Brusko again trying to soak up the damage as James goes in. Kirk being able to dish out damage onto the Lord. Inhibitor turret down bottom has now been exposed, and Onyx will be able to clear out the Lord.
That was a great defense.
my
They had
God.
to juggle that around properly. And yes, both junglers being gone. Onyx Philippines holds on. All base turrets down though. A little bit of damage to the base, but ultimately still in this game, almost at the 24-minute mark.
A question that might haunt Twisted Minds, though. Did they play that too safe? I understand why they were playing it safely. Them getting wiped out at that moment meant that Onyx can just rush it straight into the base, and it's going to be what?
Winilis
Every King
taga,
most likely
bro.
only one left to try and defend it.
Nggak
But
tahu,
could they
pusing banget
maybe
gua.
have just stayed a little bit longer to try? It seems like
Panikan
they were
amat ih
counting,
ketua. Emang
trying
lo nggak
to take out
panik?
King Kong's
Lihat.
respawn there, who was very close because
Susah
they knew him
banget.
coming in with a shadow kill. But my mind cannot stop lingering on the thought of what if.
Gimana mau gantiin
right?
Super
What
Friends
if?
sama nggak bisa gue gantiin Super
That
Friends,
might be
gila.
the question.
Yeah, they need to start throwing bodies like what Onyx has been doing. And now, 24-minute mark, Renmar, this is your HLG.
Yeah, another hella long game.
Have a long game.
And this is a hella long series. It was like almost 16 minutes in game 1, 19 minutes
Almost
in game 2.
30 minutes,
and we're getting
guys.
close to 25 minutes in game number 3. And it's a best of 5 series.
That's great. I hope we get to witness another game here too with Twisted Minds. The way that they've been playing this, they should have total control of this next Lord. Even you can already see the positioning happening here.
Yeah.
King Kong will go ahead and scout some about. I think we have to see Onyx Philippines pull some of their own magic, you know, utilizing Super Friends
Top
especially
global
for
cinta dan
this.
malam,
But it
bapak
just seems so
kau.
difficult to get an advantage in terms of positioning around these objectives for them.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing MP the King pull off some magic as well. It was
Split
him who was
push,
able to
gimana
stop King Kong
caranya, guys?
twice in that long Lord dance, the last one that we saw, and him able to use the Winter Crown at the right moment so that King Kong's shadow kills effectively minimized, forcing King Kong to shadow out. So MP the King is showing up some magic here, outplayed the rest of Twisted Minds. So it's just like, who can be more magical at the right moment, the right time, the right trade? It's so crucial now. 25 minutes in, getting closer to 26. And Onyx are trying to open up the map. They're trying to apply pressure. They're sending a 3-man hit squad of the Lo Yi, the Clint, and the Badang. The two fastest damage dealing
Oh my God, what
heroes
is
we have,
this?
but it was spotted out by Twisted Minds with the Sentry.
Yep. So they're just going to go ahead and pop the diversion. They already know, you know, the plan was foiled. We got to go back from this. And so it's ultimately just grab your buffs while you can, and maybe we'll meet at the Lord here as they go ahead and get ready. 26 minutes in. Gold lead, it pretty much doesn't matter at this point. What really matters is
Oh my
how
God,
it's
guys.
executed with the tools they have. And realistically, it just seems like Onyx Philippines has had some trouble getting to these targets. You know, the immortalities, they really haven't been able to even pop some of them in some of the exchanges that they had because there's just so much mobility you could see from Twisted Minds too. So once again, kind of just staring off here for this Lord. It's going to be quite a bit of work to actually take this one down already in the waves. You know, you see the mid lane, it's going to be met with that wave, that fresh wave pushing in. They still have to clear it though, and they can always rely on Super Friends, and that's why you have them staying so close to Super Friends so that he can just kind of send in who he needs with that diversion.
Oh, Twisted Minds.
Diversion, where's it going?
Okay, they're gonna wait for the diversion though. Onyx was able to clear out the minions down bottom, so they have enough time to actually make a play here. Still, they don't know where they are. The diversion is there. They're gonna send him back.
Unchecked.
Oh, MP's there though. He sees them.
Brusko already committed.
Oh
The combo!
my goodness!
And Keller got eliminated immediately. Twisted Minds was ready for the attack of Onyx.
Blasted Onyx Philippines. The gambit. It didn't work with King Kong. King Kong found MP the King.
Okay, but in exchange, Super Friends also got taken down. King Kong on the Shadow, Escalera on the chase alongside Outplayed, Kirk with the AOG. Beautiful cast over the Wiki Shadow Kill. Will he be able to escape though? As James working on Brusko. Kirk caught in the crossfire there, had Cheesy used up the feathered airstrike. Good pin down there from Outplayed to force out the immortality. Winter Crown Blade, is this enough time bought for the Sonics?
That might have been enough time. I mean, now with Twisted Minds 4 members up, they can force into the base. They know, what do we got, 30 seconds away
They
for
cannot
Kelra
win,
and
guys.
Super Prince. It's Brusko and King Kong only.
James, Hajizi, Spear of Destruction is not going to connect, but the minions are here and backs against the wall. Minds, they don't care. They extend the series.
Astaghfirullah. Tangina.
Just yet. I can hear Brigida's reaction and I will mirror it. Oh my God. That's exactly how we feel all across the world. This series is not over yet.
And that's right, because we don't want it to be done in a sweep. Again, our first match of the playoffs here in MPL Philippines season at 15. I feel you, bring it up.
Wow, what
I'm
a
sure
game.
Rockhart has a lot to say as well, so we're going to go ahead and pass it to our panelists
Oh guys,
to break down
I
game
want
3.
to go first.
My gosh.
You can just
Oh my
watch
golly,
this.
indeed.
That was insane.
That was such a good game to watch. As a fan, as a viewer. And I could definitely feel the energy from our audience earlier. That was nearly 30 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, that was a huge game for Twisted Minds. A very long one. It wasn't as easy as, you know, getting a game 1 snap. It was 30 minutes. They were in the base, they backed off again. They were in the base, they backed off again. They were trying to be clean, they tried to be sure, and because of all of that, we have game number 4.
Hats off. Hats off to our game MVP. That's going to be Escalera on the Guinevere, who I believe was one of the very few people to actually try and be consistent in trying to prove and pull off this unorthodox kind of a pick, because there were some ups and downs in terms of their histories in using the Guinevere during the regular season, and there were some moments where they indeed were able to prove themselves, and this is probably the best game where they were able to so far.
100%. We had our doubts when Escalera just, you know, insta-locked the Guinevere earlier, but you know what? He's proven us wrong time and time again in that last one. Again, not the perfect Guinevere game,
Yep.
but just enough to really put a wrench in the cogs of Onyx
Yep.
in that one.
In both the early stages of the game and the late game, the HLG, the Hello Late game, there were so much key spatial migrations coming in from Escalera. During the early stage of the game, he gave way to the first 3 kills to be easily taken there by Twisted Minds. And then towards the latter portions of the game, he just always consistently found key targets. And this is where he found King Kong, where they handed over 2 consecutive deaths onto King Kong. And that's something you're not used to seeing from the King of the Jungle.
Yeah, not everyone can do that. That's also one of the impressive things. I mean, earlier on, King Kong already had a bit of a tough time dealing with Outplayed with that one, dealing with the Farsa. I mean, Haji did it so well on the Farsa right here. You expect the Farsa to die so much, but it didn't.
He barely did. He barely did. We are going to double check in our post-game stats the number of times, if any, that Hajizi actually went down. Because as far as we could remember, we were already past 20 minutes into the game, but he has not died once. Not once on this Farsa, even despite the presence of a Gadon, even despite the presence of a Badang, who could have potentially always looked for the Farsa. He was so on point in terms of positioning himself every single time. And mind you, even towards this moment, the way Haji was able to position himself here and land those feathered airstrikes onto Kelra, it spelled out the end for Onyx Philippines.
So impressive. Again, it's difficult enough to do it with the heroes that they have,
Yeah.
but to also survive that against the world champions, against the season 14 champions, is already a feat in and of itself. So big props to Twisted Minds here. Hajizi definitely a bit of an unsung hero in this one, as well as Outplayed. Obviously, well, Outplay was he was like the spear, the spear wielding hottie. As they say in ancient times.
I don't want to say it.
Thou art a spear wielding hottie.
Yeah. But it's a cool way to call Moskov. I mean, just look at how impactful this guy is. Whenever there is a spatial migration landed by Escalera, and when it's close to a wall, it's almost always a sure kill when Outplayed is within the area. And when you need him to either do the split pushes, when you need him to catch up using the SOD, he's a very reliable gold laner.
Yeah.
Even dying just once in this game. And to confirm, yes, Hajizi did not die at all. He's 407 on this Farsa. So Onyx Philippines were not able to deal with him at all.
Yeah, again, it was so difficult to deal with just because I think at most parts of the game, the Clint from Kelra didn't do as much burst as we thought it would. So this is the biggest surprise for me from Onyx lineup. Super Friends even doing more damage than the Clint did in that game.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and we will be confirming this later on, Kelra immediately picked up the Endless Battle into the Sea Halberd and the Malefic Gun. So it wasn't necessarily like that all-out damage kind of build that you were expecting to see, or from, I'd say, other kinds of gold laners that could have been picked up, which are purely DPS and just all about shredding those members that'll come out from Twisted Minds. It was a different story this time around for Kelra, but we have to look at how Onyx Philippines still is able to take home all of these titles in that game. That was such a close fight, and they were still able to do relatively well even up until the 28-minute mark. It just so happened that during that particular setup for the objective, it was Twisted Minds that was more prepared and well positioned.
Yeah, the damage profile obviously also was problematic. It still felt like an Onyx that we know and love.
Yes.
They're the Onyx that kind of just plays it out, knows very well how to position themselves, knows how to start those team fights, but the follow-through was a lot different. It felt like it was lacking in a lot of these fights.
Actually, earlier for the first two games, Brusko on the Padang felt like he was always eager to start things up. But now, up against Joy, up against MP the King, it's almost like Brusko had to do something to stop him. He had to respond and deny MP the King of whatever he wanted to do. And now we will be looking into, I believe, the item progressions as well, which took place in this game, because it has been very interesting. We put a lot of highlight on our game MVP. That is none other than Escalera. And if you would look closely at the item progressions here, actually, he never went for a full item, not until the 14-minute mark. He decided to go, as we call it, the chop suey build, only picking up either the Dreadnought Armor, either the Magic Robe, up until that moment where he decided to pick up the Immortality as his first item. So you know that he just really wanted to go in for that well-rounded defense, be able to sustain things a little longer, because he was there to set things up. That was his main role on the Guinevere, and it is very commendable how he was able to carry out majority of it, especially in key moments of the game. That is both, again, in the early and the late stages of the game, and especially when it came to the late stages where he was much more equipped. He had a lot more of the items that were necessary to deal with the damage. That was where he probably felt that, yeah, the damage profile really feels lacking for Onyx Philippines, because especially on the targets which were most accessible to them, they could barely deal the necessary damage, and that's on Escalera.
It's one of those games where King Kong was actually struggling to make pickoffs happen, despite having a bit of a good early game anyway. I mean, they were trying to steal his purple buffs a lot, but he was actually coming out on top with those. So I was really like looking for that big boom, that big moment where the spike would happen from Onyx, and it felt like it didn't happen at all in game number 3.
Yep. Here though, definitely. That mastery on the Guinevere provided to us by Escalera, no one should be questioning it anymore.
That's right.
After this this game. And let's head into a quick meta check this time around for Twisted Minds. And as we've seen in that previous game, of course, what we're seeing from here are statistics coming in from their regular season performance. And we're not seeing those high numbers similar to what we saw from Onyx Philippines' side. But at least you see here how the joy seemingly makes a really huge difference. There was a Badang, there was Brusko on the other side. There was that on Onyx Philippines who every now and then did a great job in stopping MP the King. But this felt like literally MP the King unleashed, you know? He was just able to do everything he wanted. And there was seemingly no threat from the damage dealers of Onyx Philippines.
That's true. That's what we're looking for here. A big question for that Clint pick was also, would it be a possible, could it have been a good Kimmy lineup? Could it have been a good Bruno lineup? So those are things that might be answered by us later for Onyx. But for Twisted, they do have a lot of picks that they have tried out right there on the lower left that didn't really get any wins.
Yep.
It's a big list, guys. It's a big list.
It's a long list, and there are some unique heroes too that you could probably see on the lower right portions, but we're yet to see something similar to this again. And that's probably one of the most interesting things so far about this series, because it does feel like Twisted Minds, although they keep on teasing us about all these surprise picks and plans they have, it doesn't feel like they're actually showing us any of that. It's just more of like a much refined version of what Twisted Minds was trying to accomplish in the first few weeks of the regular season.
So it's like, it's just like a continuation of their mission to become the meta shapers, I think, which, in fairness, they were able to really prove that that you need to ban certain heroes against them, at least, right? It doesn't really translate a really high placement, but you know what? They're here. They were able to pull out, you know, a bit of a interesting lineup and still win with it. We are 2-1 so far. So they actually might be able to do this, Brigida. I don't know.
Are you telling me there's a chance that it might happen in the actual do or die?
I mean, every game's a do or die for them now.
Right
but
now, yeah.
it feels like there's just fight. It's good to see that at least for Twisted Minds, there's still that fight within them that can really go toe to toe against the current world champions. Again, they're probably the team that has the hardest matchup so far in this whole playoffs.
Yep, and awaiting whoever wins from this series, if I'm not mistaken, it's Aurora. So that's another thing you have to think about.
Big hurdle.
There's some sort of similarities between these two, if any. And
for the longest time, it's been Aurora and Onyx
yeah, but
toe to toe.
based on how this is looking, Twisted Minds, they're starting to get that groove.
Yeah, getting in that groove might just be the difference maker here in the playoffs. The playoffs is a big difference from regular season. It's a big swap out, so stuff can change. That's why you have to keep watching. Let's throw it over to our host, though. I think we're doing something on the stage while we're waiting for Game 4 to get started.
Thank you to our panelists, Romy and Chantel. Nararamdaman niya that they will continue to twist the game. Narinig ko nga kanina si Midnight sabi niya, they're twisting the game, let's do the twist. Mangyayari kaya yon sa Game 4? Pero you know what?
What?
Before we see that, Hans, we have champions in our mids here. A big round of applause for our MDL Season 5 champions, Onyx 9 Lives! Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yung moves na yan. Paki-flex naman ang inyong trophy. Ayan.
Trophy, you know, raising it all up. And hi, guys, welcome. I know na you've been here for a while kasi nakikita ko rin kayo every now and then na nanonood talaga kayo ng MPL dito mismo sa arena. But now the spotlight is yours. Go ahead and introduce yourselves para sa lahat ng nakakita sa inyo for the first time.
Ako po si Kane, jungler ng Onyx X9 Lives.
That's Kane.
I'm Sean po, post-4 ng Onyx 9 Lives.
I'm Kaloy po, Rom ng Onyx 9 Lives.
Lanzo po, explain na ng Onyx 9 Lives. Coach Wright, coach ng Onyx 9 Lives.
Rex po, gold lane ng Onyx 9 Lives.
Kryptonite po, tank support ng Onyx 9.
Nasha po, gold lane ng Onyx.
Wow, thank you so much for joining us here. Unang-una, no, before we talk about your kuyas right in front of us right now, ano yung feeling na
I'm back. I just back from toilet, guys, because I need to. Yeah. I'm shitting myself. 31! Apaan sih 32? 32 coki anjing lo. Hello Jenika Manansala. Ayaw kasi iba yung pop eh. Magandang hapon po Ma'am Ayu sa Noel. Magandang hapon. Did you know that Toasted Minds are actually Arabs? Yeah, I know. They're from Arabs, right? Like they have a team in Philippines. That's what you mean, right? Ya bisa yuk, satu lagi aja lah, guys. Aduh. Janganlah kalah lagi. Sudah mau jam 5. Kalau kalah lagi, aduh menangis deh aku. Pokoknya jam 5 tuh gue udah harus cabut, guys. Ini matchnya nggak beres-beres. Thank you po sa shoutout idolku po kasih kita. I don't understand what is kupo kasih kita. What is kupo kasih kita? Hoshi lagi pada liburan ya kayu. Wah nggak tahu guys. Emang liburan kemana Hoshi? Bahkan aku nggak tahu mereka lagi liburan. Aku nggak tahu Hoshi lagi liburan atau kemana guys. Yang boleh liburan. Bentar lagi MPL playoff loh. Ya, mungkin boleh kali ya, biar refreshing. Hai Marika Bega Calian. BL langsung sat-sat. I don't understand as well. What is this? Apa sih, Jat? I don't understand what is BL langsung satset, guys. I don't know what is that? What does that means? Nggak tahu. Oh, judul. Nggak jelas, Cok. Judul itu. Itu kayaknya dia nanya kalau di TikTok tuh banyak banget yang kayak gitu soal komen-komennya, guys. Guys, can you just go faster, please? I need to go. 5 PM. I have to go. Jam 5 gue harus pergi, Cok. Hai, how Octavia Dwi? I told you 3-1. I hope so. I hope they can win this game easily and fast because I need to go. I have works to do. Iya, kan gue bilang. Pusing ah. Are you gonna use the camera Brusko give you? Of course. He gave me, so I can do live streams, guys. Kayo tips mata panda plus pakai eye cream, eye mask. Udah sih, tidur yang cukup. Karena itu yang sangat membantu mata panda, guys. Sana manalo ang Onyx error diversion play. I think it's kind of hard for late gamers as well because they have Moskov, guys, and Parsha. Apakah Onyx PH bakal gugur? Ini posisinya masih 2-1. Menang Onyx PH posisinya. Kenapa lo ngomongnya gitu, Surya? Eye cream apa? Nggak tahu, guys. Banyak eye cream di luar sana. Karena gue sejujurnya udah nyoba beberapa eye cream, gak terlalu ngaruh sih. Karena tidur gue pun nggak cukup. Jadi kalau kalian mau eye cream yang bagus, kalau kalian mau mata panda hilang, eye cream, guys. Oh, draft. It's a draft. Oh,
And we saw it earlier, right? You saw when we were peering down the players. Twisted Minds was very, very calm.
Yeah, Coach Bonchan was all smiles while they were preparing themselves for the draft. And I believe we'll be alongside Redmar again. I hope he didn't take the wrong call.
I hope he's already done with the customer service.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, joining us, Renmar. There you go. I hear him.
Okay. There you go. Is the Joy first
Who will
pick
they pick in the
appearing
first
soon again?
place?
Or does Twisted Minds have a different plan in mind? Because it did work really well for them earlier in game number 3. Game number 3.
You know what? This is funny. I was thinking about like possible hero picks to make an appearance here that Twisted Minds might force. I was actually thinking they
Hi,
would go for
guys.
hero,
I hope.
which is something that happens a lot in high rank RGs here in the Philippines.
Like the Florians
Like
and all
the Florian, yeah.
I hope they can win.
Apparently they're not really going that route quite yet. Very happy to just deny that joy away from Onyx.
Yeah, I mean they're top 1 in terms of average heal to allies, but a very much more like Onyx first 2 picks are appearing so far. It's still
Give
Madame,
Kara
but this
comfort
time it's not
pick.
the Cleanse, the
Look.
Moskov for Kelra.
Seriously, Brusko, why he always choose Badang? It's already the fourth game. He always choose Badang. What happened? Is Badang is really that good? Ate tuh artinya kakak gitu, kakak cewek gitu.
They picked up the Badang and Low Yi. I really thought that they'd rush the Moskov pickup then because that's your main answer against the Joy. But now that they pick it up, they don't
Remember,
have to worry
you
about
came
the Joy
from the
so
future.
much.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
They have to worry about the Baksha, which I think might actually be going into the roam here. Because you already see the focus EXP,
She will vlog
the
it.
Joy in the jungle. It's 100% a roam
Yes,
Baksha.
I miss
Something that
Brusko,
we've
of
been seeing
course,
pop
guys.
off more
Hayabusa
in global
again.
MLBB.
Yeah, because I mean these 3 roles revealed so far by Twisted Minds are the roles where a backcheck
They
can
pick
go
Fredrin,
into.
no, they pick Hayabusa. You are not from the future, John.
I feel really suits
Badang
Escalera
jujur
and the
bikin
playstyle
sulit.
he's been
Oh
showing us
yeah,
so
emang
far.
Badang.
Like,
It really does.
he just keeps going in and looking for the targets.
It looks so good. Not to mention, it also has that added benefit of basically disabling any hero roams. Like, I know it's not going to happen, but that's a side benefit.
Yeah.
Also works very well against Kimmy.
Kimmy,
Yeah,
they ban Kimmy.
Well, they did ban it out though.
Is laut in bahasa?
they
Yes,
need to
si
ban it
is
out, but,
laut in bahasa.
If in case, you know,
Belated happy birthday po, Ma'am Ayu. How did you celebrate your birthday po? Hope you have more blessings to come po. I didn't celebrate my birthday, guys. Nothing so special about my birthday. Kayo pernah ke Manado nggak? Belum pernah, say.
Oh, considering that there's a Baksha on the other
Kenapa
side, I
emang?
would not be mad if he went up and picked up a Valir here. Considering that he was one of the players that... Actually, no, he was the player from the regular season that made the Valir really pop off. And I think that's an option that they're going to be considering. Usually, you want to pick it up against
Kembalilah
slower
lagi nanti ya,
lineups
kapan-kapan
in
ya.
the jungle, but even though it is still a Baksha and
Look,
Phobius,
Brusko. What?
I'd still
What?
consider that as a pick. However, they're going to be locking into the sheer burst damage, so they might
Uy.
still go down the burst damage route. But
I'm afraid they will take Faramis, guys.
Yeah.
Something about it just seems like it'll be a really good pick.
Although it doesn't necessarily match like or
Brusko
it
setengah Manado,
doesn't
setengah
go
PH.
directly
Dia
hand,
full.
like, the speed and
Iyalah.
the can traditional
Dia tahu
damage.
Manado juga
Twisted
gara-gara
Minds,
Skylar,
it
cok.
can serve as a great way to punish.
Yep.
Like whenever there is gonna be a failed attempt
Imosen
from
to apa, Imosen?
Escalera, there's almost
Imosen
no way
apaan,
out once
Chow?
you already decide to commit your back to shield unity, and you get to put yourself in a position right in front of the members of Onyx Philippines. So that can be a potential route, because if it's just about punish, the Valir and the Padang together might be
Oh, Valir!
Twisted Minds, and there you go!
Oh man!
Perfectly called and
I actually
perfectly
got it. Cool.
You did. Looks great, doesn't it? I mean, that does work very well.
Valir
There's
emang
three
enak,
picks
Choki.
and Twisted.
Yeah.
It also kind of leaves a little bit
Serius.
of wiggle room. Kind of just can do whatever you want for that last pick here.
Oh dang.
But
Eve.
there's the Eve, kind of just
Okay.
has pretty good range, decent range against the Valir. Also doesn't immediately die against the Valir as
it's the
well.
Granger.
And the Granger, there you go. More mobility, kind of needs to.
Valir is a good
dance
pick.
around the Valir.
Why?
Yeah. So
Oh,
they get to
for Baxia?
control the box to some extent, and they just allow for more room again for MP the King to really find his targets. But they
Cho,
complete their run
oh.
with the Cho, so
But Brusko got the
these
Cho,
are
guys.
multiple setup heroes that Onyx Philippines are deciding to show us.
Yeah, thoughts about this, Renmar?
That was a really good shift that Onyx did there at the end of
Oh
their
my
draft.
god, I hope they can
are now
win,
much more
guys.
lined up
Let's
with
just
the Cho
pray
into the
for
role. They sent the
Onyx.
Madame into the EXP
Philippines.
lane instead. That means that
Hopefully
what I
they
thought
can
was
win.
a very, very good Eve pick for the
Enggak,
side of
dia
Twisted Minds and
dipakai
Hachisi
Cho,
might
guys.
mean that this is going to be too mobile, too crafty a lineup that they have to face against.
Yeah.
It does feel like it.
The Cho oftentimes might just be the one
Come on,
to
Daddy.
force you to use the real world manipulation, even during timings wherein you do not want to use it just yet. And for Onyx Philippines, probably they're sensing that they really need to find an answer to Haji, because Haji has done a spectacular job in game
Aku main
number
ML
3.
sama Imo
See if he can
400-an di
repeat
sana
that here in
Valir
game
langganan
number
banget.
4. Throw it
Aww.
over, throw it over that caster.
Brusko push MMR. Udah
Thank you
enggak
so much,
sekarang dia
panel,
pakai
for
Cho,
breaking it
guys.
down again. It's game number 4 upon us. They extended the series off of an amazing long game for Twisted Minds. Can they do it again to take us all the way to 5 games?
Daddy!
We'll see if it happens. Brusko
Daddy!
early on. Whoa.
Oh, MP the King, first blood drawn.
Man.
To the Bruiser.
Oh,
that's not good.
That is not the start that Onyx Philippines wanted. They want them dictating the tempo, but I think up against this Baxia, I just realized Baxia can roam around the map really well too, very quickly.
Oh, even Hajizi actually stopped the
Daddy,
recall of
Baxia nggak bisa
Super Fixer, so enough
dirusuh,
time
nggak
bond
ngerti
again
deh.
for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. Maybe Brusko was just like, man, I'm tired of playing Badang. Like, Kirk, you play him. And
your turn.
Your turn. So, like, I don't know, maybe because he's played them the past couple games, he's like, oh, yeah, oops, I forgot I'm playing the Cho. Like, you know, and ends up dying early on. So, Twisted Minds with that little bit of an advantage. And mind you, that little
Skor
bit of advantage
2-1.
going to MP the King on the Joy
Onyx 2, guys.
is going to pay dividends, I feel like, especially into the first objective. You can see how aggressive he's being, right? He's on that side of the jungle. And Kirk is there, gives them the information, so they might try to make a play before even that first Lord comes up, especially if Brusko does happen to have that Way of the Dragon by the time the turtle comes up, then maybe they can make something happen. But this debut pick for Escalera, whoa, Hajizi,
Forced out the flicker.
How's this Baxia roam work, man? Like, statistically, I know we've seen it around the other regions, but how good is it?
It's the speed, bro, and how tanky you are. The fact that you're also providing healing reduction. It's just a solid pickup. I'm not sure of the total win rate globally, but it does pop up often that I ended up having to make a post about him.
They won
You made a
contest.
post about it right now. That'll help him go ahead and secure the first objective. Turtle secured and outplayed too. It looks like he's going ahead and winning his lane against Kawa right now. So a lot of good things happening for Twisted Minds in this game 4. And yeah, MP, like I said, the fact that he's got this early start's great for him. I'm wondering how King Kong's going to go ahead and play catch up here a little bit, or if he's able to just kind of farm up, you know, do his thing.
Yeah, he might even pull off his very
Yeah,
own
I hope so.
turbo. What is that? Turbo jungling pattern?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was.
Back in the keys of victory.
Yeah, King Kong turbo jungling pattern again, with a momentum-based hero like Joy. So that's a good sign for Twisted Minds, and not to mention, as you mentioned, rather, Escalera from setting up to being literally the main information guy now for Twisted Minds. They always know where King Kong is rotating and where Brusko is hiding.
Brusko's level 4. I don't think you kick Escalera, obviously. Escalera, by the way, previous game just had a hell of a game. I like to see that we are in this portion of, well, I guess Twisted Minds has always been like this.
tebal banget ya guys ya.
Escalera playing the more unorthodox
Shout out Ate.
picks.
Hello,
You know, the
Janelle
Quinavir,
Mancio.
and now you have the Baksha here. Really takes a certain type of player, but also team to go ahead and let that happen and play around it. And again, I think as we get through this game and get through some of these objectives, it's like Brusko, he's got to be the guy to start these fights up. There isn't really going to be much anyone else to do it unless Kirk is around the area.
Ito si JMZ
But he's kind of just
nga
forced to be in his own
gabusan na
lane and follow
mapaka-focus
around
mo.
James. And we know that James has been the player,
James.
like the
Yeah,
guy
James
to play the
James.
Phobius to a pretty good game. They might not have win all the time, but it's usually James that is just kind of wrecking the opposing teams when he does get his hands on the Phobius.
Yeah, this might be one of those games where it's just going to be determined a lot by the major objective team fights. Usually when we have a Cho game, even a fast roaming pick, such as
Oh
the
my
Baksha,
god,
there
turtle
are
guys.
skirmishes and little actions that happens in the river, in the jungle, but I think both Brusko and Escalera have just turned the page a bit and just decided, you know what, let's just focus on the major objective.
Oh,
But
nice,
wait,
nice,
now
nice.
This could be a big play.
Nice.
Yikes.
KK connection. Gets one on to Outplayed as MP taking trades instead for the turtle. So Outplayed for a turtle.
All right, so the two roamers have their eyes set on the major objective, but the difference is the junglers. King Kong wanted to help Kelra. MP wanted to get the major objective instead. But now it's a losing trade, it seems like, across the map for Twisted Minds because Onyx Philippines were able to get the tower up top.
Yeah, they got quite a bit. You know, they gave up the turtle, sure. That's 2 in the hands of Twisted Minds, but you get a nice kill for King Kong, and then you get that turret down. They're going to go ahead and bring them a little bit of an advantage, nothing too crazy. But still a play nonetheless for Onyx Philippines. Now Twisted Minds still in, I would say, you know, the majority of the control here and working through it. You can see how the XP is going too across the board. And that's what I was wondering, you know, how would King Kong
What
deal
is
with that
XP
early
level
advantage that
ranking,
MP
guys?
had? And
What is
he's
XP
doing relatively
level
fine, at least keeping up the levels.
ranking?
And that play up top was part of it.
I mean, jungling pattern uninterrupted. Even if Escalera provides a lot of vision for Twisted Minds, it doesn't necessarily translate to getting King Kong out of his rhythm. And at the same time, yeah, the kill up top plus the turret takedown as Outplayed gets a turret for himself.
This is like one of those games where it's like you don't want to fight.
Yung
So
tayo
it's like,
dyan,
we're
pila,
just
di
gonna
ba si
go on
Bakit
opposite
ni
sides of
Jobag
the
siya?
map
Apa ya?
and take these
Counter back
objectives
siya,
while we
guys.
can. And when we're ready, we'll fight. Because
Oh, but
I feel like
nambusin
it's Onyx
defend
Philippines
back
just kind of waiting to see
siya.
what Twisted Minds even does here. Mid lane might be the focus.
Want to go for the mid lane and got super friends.
Oh, no.
Brusko got caught in the crossfire again. Up against 5 members. Kirk just
Nice
has to work,
Kirk.
but still he went in for the combo. Enough time bought to delay and save the turret. But gets taken down.
No,
Kelvin
guys,
joins in the picture.
calm
Not gonna
down.
be able to bring down anyone. And Twisted Minds,
Whew.
everyone survives.
This is exactly why I was gushing over the Eve pickup. Although, yes, there's still a possibility that it would struggle, but that was one of the best scenarios for Hajizi to drop down the real-world manipulation, bring down the
Banyak counterback siya.
Starfield down
Apa aja counter
to the
guys.
gods themselves. And now
Kasi
it leads
laging
to
mereka nggak
this.
dapat turtle.
Another turtle taken by Twisted Minds without a problem, and a lot of threat in the center of the
If
map
they
now.
lose,
That Brusko and Super
I am
Friends are
off
getting
live
checked
stream, guys, because I
incredibly well
need
by
to
Twisted.
go.
Looking at the
So I
items,
really hope
up to a
that
Sky
they
Piercer
can
for the
win.
Granger. I was worried about the development of Outplayed
So
in
I
this
don't
game,
need
but
to
now he has a
off-stream
very
in the
slight lead over
mid-game.
Kelra in the gold. And he has his core items. Brusko!
Connection with the
Nice,
kick
Diddy.
finds Haji. This time,
Nice.
Keller was able to dish out the damage to bring down.
Oh,
one of the
nice.
goals for James Escalera.
Nice,
joins
that
the
was
picture.
nice.
James able to flicker up,
Nice.
but Keller goes in as well. Super Prince was able to take down James. Next target, Escalera in the first swing for the Sonics.
Let's go.
Brusko. And meanwhile, the whole time, here's King Kong pushing another turret down, and we'll take a buff on top of it. Man, they came in and they said, I want it all.
Ganggu siya, Valeria guys.
It's all of the efforts of Twisted Minds in the past 2 minutes. You know what? Past 7 minutes of this game, just completely dashed, head bashed right into the wall as Onyx Philippines. I thought that they'd only walk away with 1 or 2,
Yeah,
but Twisted
same.
Minds decided to fight into it. The fact that Kirk timed his fist break
Nice,
and fist crack.
King Kong.
Oh, King Kong found Hajizi. What?
A solo kill in the middle lane, and now they catch James also. There's no flicker, so he might fall down. Super Friends connects.
SOD.
Keller with the SOD.
Nice,
He's
nice,
not going
guys.
to overcommit though, but 4 members of the Sonics are still here. They want to push the mid lane.
Oh, they're just going to push that mid lane.
Yeah, it's all falling apart for Twisted Minds. Onyx Philippines have found more than just second win. They found hope yet again. As it looked like Twisted Minds after that big sequence in the mid with Hajizi's real run manipulation leading into the third turtle. In a snap, in a flash, Onyx Philippines have taken total control of this game.
Yeah, you know, Brusko took that first blood kill of MP the King personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that first blood, he wanted to make a play for Onyx, and that play in the mid lane that resulted to 4 kills for Onyx was the turning point for the Sonics.
Brusko, every time I see Brusko, man, he's like the Hulk, you know? Like, he gets beat up, but it's like the more that he gets beat
Iya,
up, the more that
Clear
he
Minionnya
takes
lama
damage,
banget ya,
like
guys.
the angrier it gets and the more plays he pops off. Oh, mid lane again.
Infernal Pursuit forcing them out of position, and Brusko got caught again by MP the King.
No, you won't like him when he's angry.
King Kong joins the picture,
Nice.
and Kirk with a combo again to bring down Hajizi also.
Oh,
Spirit Destruction isn't gonna connect. Kirk though caught by 3. Just doing enough time to delay, and Twisted Minds catches 2.
Would have been a completely different story if Keller's SOT hit. But at the end of the day, it's Twisted Minds who walks away with the victory there. It seems like they're rushing the Lord. They're looking
Nice.
for King Kong. MP found King Kong.
Or did King Kong find MP? He's got to get out of there, though. Uh-oh.
Oh, but
Stun.
Escalera stun. Beautiful outplayed. Dishing out the Rhapsody and shuts him down. Right in the perfect moment. Even James pops in. Beautiful cast with Dark Wave plus Flicker, but Super Friends was able to cast that ultimate. So it's King Kong down for Onyx.
This game, it feels messy, but they're making so many good plays where they need to. The fight for this Lord, though, is crucial. And on the Philippines, they might want to stop this.
Real Manipulation dropped down already.
Uh-oh.
Spear of Destruction
SOD.
is going to connect. Kelmer goes in, but outplayed. Not going to be able to sustain it. Kelmer just wrecking havoc. Going to pick up 2. Jace might be the next target here. Super Friends in the picture. But they still be able to take down Brusko. A double kill for Escalera. But an
Should
answer
I
from Super Friends.
Say yay?
The magician left.
They didn't get the Lord though, but wipe out.
Onyx
Oh no,
did
no, it's not the wipe
enough
out.
to
Escalera still
minimize
is.
what could
God.
have been an absolute destructive Lord
What?
take.
Why is it
for
so
Twisted.
zoomed?
They'll be able to stop the Lord. Now Twisted has to recover from this because it looked good for them. While Onyx Philippines, both of them recovering, tripping, falling down, getting back up again. It's a back and forth in the most epic proportions.
Oh, man, I love it. I love what we're seeing right now for Game 4. The biggest thing that sticks
Rugi
out
nggak
for
sih?
me, too, for Onyx
Enggak sih.
Philippines really is
Lihat aja duitnya
Super
masih menang,
Friends
guys.
again.
Karena
on
mereka
this
bunuh
Valier.
kayak
The
Lordnya di
draft,
barter
you know, our
sama
panelists
4
were even
orang.
surprised with it, and Super Friends has been playing really well. As the scales up with the items, though, that's where the Valier really turns into a menace for the opposing team.
Yeah.
And we're already starting to see that build up. And they fight for this space around the jungle. King Kong looking for an angle here, or maybe just to take the buff. They might try to go ahead and bait Twisted Minds into a fight. But they might want to not take this as they secure the buff for
Ngeri banget
MP.
gameplaynya ya,
So
Cok.
crucial things on both sides.
So
Let's take a quick look
scary.
at the items here for both teams.
All right. It's written in the Starfield right now for Twisted Minds. For the ultimate of Hajizi, only up to 2 items, but similar to Super Friends as well. Still neck and neck in terms of the gold. No one with a clear advantage. Wind and Nature already for the Granger. No Wind and Nature defensive item style yet for Kelra. Pure damage for the Moskov. Only up to Holy Crystal is MP the King. Actually decided to rush it as the second item. So that's just a slight adjustment for that. Malefic gun just built up there for the Moskov.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this is a
Scary game.
It'll be very interesting. If you notice, no Dominance Eyes built just yet. Still on the way for the third item is for Escalera. But their Twisted Minds has been really relying on the passive of the Baksha to be able to reduce the healing coming in on the side of Onyx Philippines. Now that Keller's built up, Twisted Minds are going to be building that Dominance Eyes on that Baksha at the right time. Question is, will they need another? I feel like they'll need another one, and that has to fall onto James's hands.
James, yeah. And with that, Onyx Philippines, the biggest advantage they had is the amount of space they can maneuver. You know, they've got, what, 5 turrets down to 1 for Twisted Minds. And that's where the advantage on the macro level comes in, especially when we start having to consider the Lord takes here. So for Onyx Philippines to continue to put pressure on the map and work with that advantage is what Twisted Minds has to deal with and how they are going to approach that. Now, Brusko too, we've seen it time and time again.
Daddy.
This show is so risky. If he decides to kick the wrong target to go in, James,
When tried to go in there with Infernal Pursuit, MP the King as well. But Twisted Minds decides to back off.
Yeah, you see the threat there of that Valir. Was he...
Minum water ayo, ate ayo. It's minum air, guys. In Indo. Minum air.
No, it's going to be way too risky for me if I did that. And of the space provided,
Can they get the
will be able
Lord?
to start this Lord
Oh,
comfortably.
they will
They're
contest
just going to
it.
be waiting for Keller to get here with an SOD later on. Twisted Minds, if they can pull this off, force a game number 5, momentum will be in their favor.
Okay, Lord is up. Quarter of the health is down. It's going to go for some resets, though. Kelro will stay bottom side. I feel like that's what we see every single time we have the Moskov come to play. We're just holding our breaths once that Spirit of Destruction is thrown out. But it looks like he's just going to join this one up as he makes his way for this fight. Oh, hold on,
Kirk.
Already committed the combo there. On to James. King Kong enters the picture.
Oh, no.
MP the King. Oh, a beautiful kick from Brusko though. But no follow-up for Onyx. King Kong got caught by James. Oh! Able to cast a Wiki Shadow Kill and brought down James. One more hit. Hajis with the RWM to bring down King Kong. MP the King working on Super Friend takes him down as well. 2 kills swing for Twisted Mind. But the base, Kelra working on the turret.
Okay, it's Hajizi. He got back in time. Can he stop Kelra? Can he stop the Moskov? Twisted Minds are able to get this Lord. Kelra!
Okay, Kelra with a beautiful knockback. Working on Hajizi. With their ground play. This time connects. Escalera. Kelra. Escalera wins the fight.
Escalera and Hajizi just in time.
Oh my God!
The Lord marching with Twisted. This could be road to game 5.
Oh my goodness. Oh my golly, as Brigida would say. Because that could have been way worse for Twisted Minds. But they made it
I don't
happen.
like this,
And
guys.
Good thing that is a boxer in the hands of Escalera.
What is this? Like, there's no connection.
If this was a Grand Prix, Twisted Minds literally just changed to the hardest of tires. And it's working out very well for them. No way, don't tell me Twisted Minds will actually force game 5. It's a 5v5 though.
Okay, they're trying to deal out damage. James goes in as well. As Escalera tries to zone him out. RWM already cast it down. Kirk got caught again and got bursted down by Outplayed.
That's 2.
But MP the King will fall down. That's 2 for Onyx. King Kong, Kelra working. That's 3. 3 members down for the Sonics. Kelra versus James. KK connection. Will they be able to do it though? Kelra was able to walk away. King Kong with a wee shadow kill. Gonna bring down James. Outplayed. Escalera has to back off, but they got one inhibitor turret.
And it's not over yet. KK holds on for the gods. King and Kelra holding on for Onyx as Twisted Minds have solidified a lead here.
Yeah,
It's not
super
the
friends
lead,
harus hidup terus
it's just a lead for a moment because the towers are too close and this game is too close to call.
Oh my goodness, taking a look at the replay again, this was a crucial defense for Onyx Philippines, but even with this, again, that Spirit of Destruction, Kelra and King Kong, they're together to deal with that and even get James. What a play coming out for Onyx Philippines, but man, you gotta remember, Twisted Minds is facing elimination from the
Nice
playoffs
defend, yeah.
with this. They have to win this game to get to a game 5 to keep the hopes alive for now. And once again, we're gonna look at the items here before this next objective comes up.
Winter Crown and Hajizi. We saw it in play earlier during the attempt of Kelra to finish the game alone, but that is gonna be the item right now for Haji. I said it earlier, it's written in the star field of the Eve. It's written in Haji's hands. The pen is in his hands. A great real-world manipulation will reward them. We saw it earlier, but Onyx just got to miraculously defend. Twisted has to do everything they can moving forward to make sure Hajizi does not die.
Crucial, man. That real-world manipulation has been so
Sumpah ya, Haji, sakit
valuable
banget guys.
to just everything that Twisted Minds has been doing, especially when we consider these lords. It's up now. Both teams will go ahead and figure out how they want to approach this. Earlier on, I said, you know, the advantage for Onyx Philippines was the fact that they had all that space to work with. They had the 5 turrets down. They might have gotten a couple more, but Twisted Minds has gotten that as well. Both base turrets, 2 stand for both teams. It'll be Onyx Philippines that starts up the Lord here. They've got positioning. Brusko's got an immortality, and James is going to be the one to scout things out. Lord sitting at half health. It's going to go for a soft reset while it does evolve. But now this is the question. Where does Escalera go? What angle do they take? And how does Twisted Minds deal with this? Onyx Philippines will take their time here while James gives them all the information they need.
We're going to see another Lord dance once again. Previously in the
Yeah, yung
last game,
kalbo lang, guys.
Twisted Minds executed Lord dances to perfection. They can replicate it now.
No, friends.
Escalera with a shield unity plus good seal. They may be able to burst out Super Friends. James goes in from the back. Real world manipulation from Jay-Z. Gonna bring down Super Friends. King Kong was able to shadow out though. Brusko forced to use the conceal.
Oh,
and
dang,
they force
guys.
back the Sonics.
They've
Ah,
only lost
shit,
one.
man.
That is only one, but that might just be the crack in the armor that they need to take this Lord without a problem. Onyx will have to concede it.
Oh no, are they actually going to try to contest this? Quarter of the health on the Lord. Kelra's in the mid lane. It looks like they want to.
Kirk,
someone has to defend.
Oh, Kelra's going down the mid.
Outplay gets the Lord with their crown play there coming in from James. Brusko and Kirk
Brusko.
on the chase for him. Brusko got caught again. Was able to cheat Kundu out, but the time's a turn for the Twisted Minds, forcing Onyx to back off again.
All right, it's going to be a big 5v5.
Oh my God.
No flickers already for James and Hajizi. Super Friends, Kirk and Brusko. Key battle spots gone. Escalera will get his revitalized back. Escalera will have to
What's
go
your
back and heal, but it seems like he's
problem?
not going to do it. Lord pushing down bottom. Minion wave up top. Not going to be able to get cleared by King Kong as he has to go back for the defense. Minion wave in mid. This could be very, very tough for Onyx. Can Twisted pull it off?
You're going to have to deal
What?
with it. The Lord
Guys.
is so beefy on this side. They don't have much of a front line. Escalera jumps in on Kirk.
Okay, used up the revitalize. Also, real world
Oh,
manipulation.
Diddy.
Dark wave from James. Brusko has to back off. King Kong with the shadow though. Escalera quite low, but they might be able to bring down Kirk. One more hit. Escalera picks up another. Keller worked on the Lord. They were able to save the mid lane, but
Oh my God. Come on, guys.
All right, all right, all right.
Which side was this on?
All right, inhale.
Oh, it looks like it's...
Exhale, all right.
Breathe with me. One more.
It happened right as
Papapaus lagi,
Kirk went
sumpah,
down,
Choy. Papapaus,
and there
Choy.
was a lull in the sequence.
It looks like it's on...
Which team, guys?
As of now, we cannot tell
Oh,
which side
it's
called
on
the
Onyx side.
called the pause, excuse me. But we are 20 minutes in. Oh, there. It's up there in your corner right now.
So it is Onyx.
It's on the side of Onyx Philippines.
Rugi sebenarnya nggak sih kalau mereka paus
Talk
dalam
about
keadaan
a
kayak gitu,
series,
guys?
Right? I mean, this is a 20-minute game we were
Yeah.
just talking about earlier.
Yeah, and as I was saying, literally everything that Twisted Minds are doing in team fights is to keep Hajizi alive. They either die with a Starfield or they don't. And so far they're picking the route of let's make sure he just doesn't die. We use this real world manipulation, we make the most out of it, and if we need to go back to just make sure Hajizi stays alive, then we will go back.
Yeah.
They're living
KRL. Nggak usah pakai bahasa Inggris lo, orang Indo.
Hill of Haji.
Ngapain lo pakai bahasa Inggris, anjir? Sosokan.
They're in his world, and it's not manipulated. It's real, though.
Onyx world right now is they have to defend the push of Twisted Minds with just 4 members. Kirk again got bursted down. Although James had to back off, he was 1 hit away. And prior to the pause, he was I think Super Friends might be able to take him
Bukan
down.
nggak sih biasa?
Of his
Going
Valir.
We're heading in.
So let's
We're
see.
about to head on in. We got to catch up. What are we looking at with this base defense? We get a nice look at that turn in the mid lane. It's going to go.
No one's
No,
dead.
they
Oh,
hold
Kirk
on
is
to it.
dead.
Okay.
Okay, they do hold on to it. They can clear out the lanes. But Onyx Philippines ultimately still in the game despite a demolished or nearly demolished base.
Kenapa
For
ketiduran?
Onyx, we thought the story was so obvious that everyone knew.
Nggak
how
apa-apa
this
kalau
was gonna be
kalau
pulled.
kalau
I don't
capek
think
tidur
anyone
aja, guys.
expected This. A game number 4 on the way potentially to a game number 5 with Twisted Minds. 6th, barely making it into the playoffs. Taking
Padahal
it to a
gue
team
berharap
that has
Malaysia
won
kalah.
in Malaysia again. Did they win in Indonesia? Yes, they
Aku sih
did.
tidak ya,
They've
sayang.
won in so many countries across the world
So
in the
many.
past few months.
You saw the if you missed the graphic that we showed earlier.
Dari PH ada King Kong dibalik dicoki si kangkung sayur loh. Beta paus saingan settingan. Iya Putra ya. Kayak baru nonton MPLPH sekali cowok, padahal MPLPH tuh sering banget paus anjir tim manapun.
And you can see it here. It is actually really working in their favor.
The number is huge. We don't have many players of Mobile Legends in Iraq. Oh, so in Iraq, Mobile Legends is not really popular, right?
And in case you missed the one important plot hook that was discussed in the panel, Coach Bonchan has never been dropped in the first round of the playoffs.
Gue beli makan sambil nonton kata takut aneh.
It's the Bonchan effect.
Ya, kalau kalah ya udahlah guys, gue off stream ya karena gue harus kerja jam 6. Gue tidak bisa tidak kerja guys. Mereka harus nangkap hajinya sih menurut gue.
Calro even getting a little more defensive. Picks up the potion here again, quite locked in. What's that one called again? Is it rock potion? What's the defensive potion called?
Actually forgot.
It's the defensive one.
Yeah, but it's the yellow-orange one.
The yellow-orange one. For some reason, I feel it's a rock potion.
Wasn't it rock potion? I remember.
Yeah, I think it's rock potion.
So
Don't doubt yourself.
Picks that up.
Again?
Okay. Prior to the pause again, Kirk already committed the fist crack.
Also, I think the problem is still in Onyx guys.
Okay, I have to correct one thing though.
Rock potion.
No. Not a rock potion.
Ini menang sih tapi 3-2. Ya. Terserah sih guys, yang penting menang aja sih gue. Cuman kalau sekarang nggak menang yang sekarang nih match ini gue off stream karena gue harus kerja.
Only once though.
When was it?
Pacaran sama Brusko udah berapa lama? Udah mau setahun.
The score then was 3-2.
Man, that sounds like a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago. But
Ternyata troubleshootnya sekarang ada di
3 years.
Oh, di Onyx PH.
4, yeah, it was 2021.
Ini Onyx lagi guys, 2 kali pause.
No, excuse me, 2020. It was like, yeah, we were like in lockdown.
I remember what happened in 2020.
Soal kerja kayu biar makin kaya. Amin. Amin, makasih Octavia Dwi.
Sadly. So, yeah,
Troubleshootingnya dua-duanya anjing ini. Twisted Minds juga trouble anjing. Tapi emang nggak tahu loh guys, di sana tuh sinyalnya rada busuk sih sejujurnya ya. Sinyal di PH tuh rada busuk.
He never rather got swept in the first round at least.
Gantian ini.
Yep, that would be a big part of what's made Bonchan, you know, such a formidable figure in the competitive scene of MLBB. I mean, I even like to tune into his own content that he puts out. You know, like the way he breaks things down and explains things is always really enjoyable.
Gak prepare nih, gak tahu guys kenapa ya. PH productionnya kadang ini error gitu. Aduh guys, gue harus cabut. Gimana ini? Guys don't expect no Onyx and MSC. RRQ will win. Oh my god, bro.
That's what we're looking at. While we get things situated here and figured out.
Again, it's still on Twisted Minds, I think.
That Lord is up and this is high stakes for both teams because
Yuk apa? Kan jodoh di tangan Tuhan, kalau agamanya beda mau pilih Tuhan yang mana? Tanya aja nanti ke kita berdua ya kalau sudah mau nikah. Yang upper Aurora sama TLPH guys. Brusko brother and sister is watching. Oh, where are they? I can't see them.
Yeah. The last time we saw Onyx in a situation
TLID and Aurora
was
upper.
last season's grand
TLPH, TLID mah tuh Liquid Indo sayang. Kerja apa? Aku live stream di RRQ guys. Kenapa pause terus? Nggak tahu guys. Kamikaze itu apa sih artinya guys?
But again, imagine if Onyx loses, not just this game but the series, it's the second consecutive time that a defending champion got dropped in the first round.
Bro, yeah. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if at that point, if we actually get to like game 5.
Wah, Cok, gimana ini, Cok?
This time, play the Estes. Let's run it way back.
Gue harus kerja, anjir.
Play Jungle Aldous? Alright. Nah, I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it'll be funny. They're like, come on, it's... Coach Bonchan on social media has been very vocal about his confidence in his team in this series. I mean, can't blame the man. Like,
Salah
you
emot
have to
banget.
hype up your team as your head coach.
Gimana? Aku harus pergi
One of
kerja.
the things that he was telling his team is that
I need to go. I have work, guys.
Teams in the playoffs should be wary about going up against.
Because...
No, that was it. It ended there.
He never
Hi,
explained. He never explained why. He
Pepin.
just said, just one of those mystery moments.
Ikuzo tuh apa sih artinya, guys? Ikuzo. Gue taunya matai masyo atau ikimasyo gitu.
Let's see what happens.
Agama
I did
kakak
not
apa?
expect
Tebak.
the very
Apa
first day of our
coba?
playoffs to be like this. But I'm very glad it is where we are
Apa
right
sih Putra Viko, lu jangan ngomong kayak gituin. Ntar tuh orang-orang mikirnya toxic tahu.
I think a lot of people, and I saw this even on socials, like leading into this.
Don't go to work, watch Onyx lose, please. I don't want to. To be honest, I don't want you in here, KRL. Goodbye. Goodbye, KRL.
Like, what does that mean for the rest of our playoffs, man?
You cannot comment anymore.
Wins
Bye.
game number 4 and then wins game number 5. They snap 3 streaks. Streak in series that Onyx Philippines ended season 15 with, which was
Hi, Michael Yu.
in the championship.
Penonton Dedi akhirnya waktu molornya banyak.
Ever since MPL Philippines season 14, every tournament that they've been part of, they've been champions.
Oh, okay. You all got a great skin. Gua nggak punya banyak skin.
Sticking our tongue out. Like, what are the kids doing? Is that the trend thing?
Guys.
I don't know what the Lord next.
Too long.
He's got the drum.
Gue udah harus cabut sini, guys. Nggak bisa, guys.
There's the voice.
There's the boys. Hey.
I have works,
This is
so I
just
need
the
to go.
default reaction for Burrito now. Like, I feel like,
Actually, yeah.
you know, like
Whenever the camera
Finally.
back to the game.
that's
Finally.
my default reaction when I see our boy bring us back to the land of dawn. Here we go. Lord's already half health, and it's Onyx.
Onyx
They're
has
taking it.
control of the Lord pit now as King Kong jumps in. They're working on Escalera. A lot of combo committed, but he's still alive. And BT King is in the picture as well. It's going to be Retribution battle! And King Kong will secure the Lord.
Don't tell me it ends this way. With one red tree, not even a kill trade. King Kong, the red tree to potentially put an end to Twisted Minds' hopes.
Like, I'm so surprised because
Masih
know
unggul
we
Onyx
got
itu.
in, but they had complete control.
No, that means Onyx were just able to clear up the waves. We already saw Twisted Minds backing off. The last time we saw that tower, it was exactly at that moment.
Iping mana?
Still
Iping
very
udah
close to
hilang,
going
guys.
down, but not
Comeback
down
kah?
just yet.
Semoga aja
So
ya.
logically, that means Twisted Minds backed off, played for Lord positioning, and it just turned into a dance, leading to Onyx Philippines getting better positioning. How, unfortunately, we can only assume how they got into better position. But it led to this. Twisted Minds had a very good shot at that, but MP the King just straight up lost the red tree battle against King Kong.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one now. They're on the defense. Again, Onyx Philippines lost the 2 base turrets earlier on. And with this beefed up Lord at the 24.5-minute mark in this game 4, they're looking to punch into the base. Last base turrets, 2 in base Twisted Minds in the mid and top. Waves are pushing in. They want to put the pressure. A couple immortalities here are available, but they're going to have to deal with the Lord here.
Super Friends already casted the ultimate. Brusko has his flicker. James got stuck. Immortality will be popped. JC dropped down the RWM as King Kong works on the top lane. Lord still up. Twisted Minds trying to defend as much as possible. King Kong jumps in once again, forced out the Winter Crown onto Ajizi.
Discipline not over yet. Onyx Philippines, though, might be able to continue the siege with focusing on the tower in the mid lane. No more real world manipulation for Haji Z.
Oh, watch Brusko.
Brusko.
Monster Bruiser again. They're not going to overcommit, though. As Twisted Minds clears out the minions.
And they hold on. Twisted Minds will not lose that mid turret. And so both teams holding on to the mid base turrets. A little bit healthier here on this side for Twisted Minds, but ultimately Onyx Philippines was able to make a play based off that Lord. They didn't want to risk too much, though. You saw how they went according to that fight.
Yeah.
Because they have to respect the damage that Twisted Minds has. Not only that, but even just how tanky they seem to be in dealing with that front-loaded damage that Onyx Philippines is throwing at them.
Yeah, it seems outplayed should be at around, I'm guessing maybe 40 stacks on the Sky Piercer already, which means maybe that's why Onyx Philippines is also being very careful. They know that they can just get cleaned up by the Granger, that so far that they cannot reach right now. Twisted Minds is playing a very tight formation. Despite all the damage Onyx Philippines can throw out, we are at the point of the game where Twisted Minds can hold on. But it doesn't look good for Twisted, as the pressure up top from the minion waves means that they're sacrificing a lot just to make sure that they can get this Lord. Everything will be the one to clear up, and Onyx seems like they'll get another one without a problem.
Conceal from Escalera. They're gonna find Kurt forced out the ultimate. Akiki once again with the RWA, but King Kong will secure the Lord. Brusko Immortality will be popped. Forced out the flicker plus the conceal. No casualties for Sonics.
And they're able to get out,
Discipline.
but still holding it down.
And brings down Super Prince.
They're forcing it.
And beat the King onto the back. They caught King Kong. Immortality pop. Keller trying to help him, but King Kong got eliminated. That's 2 members down for Onyx.
Okay, will Twisted Minds even try to stop the Lord? I think they really need to. They don't have enough minion waves in the mid to try and end it. They're gonna get the tower though, unless, will they brute force it down mid?
They can, because there's minions into the middle lane. Escalera is there as well. A lot of flickers. Everything goes from the back. Brusko might be in trouble here as Aditi brings him down. Twisted Minds extends the
We're going
Guys,
to a game.
I am so sorry. I cannot watch anymore. It's not because I don't want to, but I have to go. I have work on 6 p.m. I did it. I don't know what's the result next. You can update me, but I need to go. I have work to do. Thank you so much for watching my live stream. And I really hope that Onyx can win and bounce back in the 3rd game. So I'll see you again tomorrow. I hope they can go to the upper bracket. I hope they can go to the next stage. Yeah. If they go to the next stage, I will be live streaming again. But if they don't go to the next stage, I won't be live streaming. So if you want to watch me, you can watch me on RRQ channel on YouTube. 6 p.m. Indo time, which is in Philippines, it's 7 p.m. Bye-bye, guys. I'm so sorry. I really hope Onyx PH can win. Let's just pray that they win in the last match. Bye.